Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers, 100% RC, and T Wright with us with the hurricane incoming. What's up, guys?
What's good?
What's up, man? How my sound, man? Y'all can hear me?
Man, you loud and crystal clear.
All right. How my picture? Good. Am I orange? Okay, make sure I ain't orange.
Nah, you ain't orange. Hurricane Deshaun Watson coming in possibly tomorrow.
Let's hope for there's some rain and water, rain and some little wind. But I heard that.
Right.
A shot at Deshaun Watson is crazy.
Hey, man. Gatwood, he be going hard for him in the chat, so I gotta take every shot I can get.
My boy Gatwood said, "I just can't defend this no more."
Yeah.
Man, you look at Deshaun Watson BDIs, you can tell that man did it. Deshaun Watson just had that look on his face, like, yeah, dang on, he did it again. The predator strikes again. That's crazy. So, man. We got Randy in the chat. He said RC looking 4K. That's what
Hey. Tell him Randy I'm headed to 5K if that's possible.
2 more years. It will
8K. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get this thing right, trying to look professional or whatever. Y'all want to start off the show with Colorado?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Man, let me pull up the score, man. I lost it. They did. They play against Nebraska. Nebraska beat them 28-10. Right. I had this little clip to show y'all. If I can get this down. Your boy, Patrick Mahomes 2.0. Took it to Nebraska. Took it to Colorado, man. He even did Shador Selly showing the wristwatch. RC, man, Shador came out and basically blamed the O-line, talking about, you see number 15 on Nebraska again all the time. Pretty sure if I had that much time, I can get some things rolling. What do you think of this Deion Sanders-led team?
I do a better job of listening to stuff, trying to pay attention to facial expressions, reading stuff, and then forming my opinion. I think me and Flowers have talked about this off the record. I'm a big fan of Deion Sanders, the cornerback, playing for San Francisco. And so the shoes, all that came along with Prime, the confidence. But that person is on the sideline coaching, and that's not possible to do. You can't be that as a head coach. And what it does is, I said it on social media, big talk, big target. And it's making it harder for the kids that's on that program. It's making it harder for himself, because they are everybody's big game, even though they don't have big time or big game players. I think Shador is just following the lead of his father. His dad does that, and he's doing the same thing. But I will say this, what I've come to realize, like they had somebody had an article, Sports Skeeter put out something about this band and Shador, and then they come find out that was made up. When people don't like you, dog, I'm starting to realize they just make up shit. And a lot of the stuff around Chicago is you got some of it's true and then some of it's not. It's just people don't like dude. He's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. The media, folks back at Jackson State, and and it's just not. And then you mix that in with folks that don't really like him. It's a circus. I kind of feel like I kind of want it to go away and want it to stop. It's embarrassing because I feel like I said this earlier. He ain't built no football team to compete against nobody, and it's really a circus, man. A shit show is what I really want to say. But he just followed the lead of his dad, man.
Yeah, Shador, this the direct quote. He's the direct quote. He said, "How many times did Dylan Raiola get touched? Flowers. Does he have a proven statement?"
I mean, it's a proven statement, but what's the point of you getting in front of national television after getting blown out and throwing your offensive line under the bus even more? I just don't really see the point of it. You do that behind closed doors. Easiest thing for him to say is, we just got our butts whooped. Just accept it. I think that's what the world wants to see. Well, the football world wants to see. They want to see humility. They want to see Shador, Prime accept defeat and just say, we'll get better. But it's never that with them. It's always it's this, it's that. When they win, y'all were against us. When we lose, y'all are against us. So it's just this me mentality, me against the world mentality with this team, and I don't really think it's getting them anywhere. I was telling RC off the record earlier that I just feel like Shador tries to be like his father too much, and he doesn't have to be. I feel like he just needs to figure himself out because he's been under his father for so long that we really don't know the real Shador. He doesn't have to be flamboyant, flashy. You ain't got to be your pop Shador. You need to be your own man. And you really won't be your own man until you get to the NFL because he won't be there for you, as far as every day. As far as, you having to see him and having to, work through him. But I just think Shador just needs to take a step back and don't ruin his draft stock because these GMs are paying attention. And what he said Saturday, they probably would label it as being selfish.
Right. I feel like Shador doing a lot of talking and not enough playing. I mean, he has some accountability in that game too, not just the O-line. The whole team have something to take accountability for. And it just feel like I don't know, is this a football team or this is just more of, an HBO series? They try and get ratings up. They try to, bring in the fans, the drama, everybody like this. Is this a drama show or this is a football team? Deion gotta make his mind up. What kind of team he want? Do you want to be all about the flashiness, the lights, or do they want to be about football, about going out there, playing on the field, shutting up, putting up, whatever happened to put up or shut up? Right? That's all I used to hear when you gonna go out there and play ball. And if you can make plays, then you can talk. Other than that, don't say nothing. You shouldn't be talking. And they doing too much talking stuff, playing. They pointing fingers at teammates. That's how you know it's bad. When you just go out in a press conference and just throw your whole O-line underneath the bus, throw other people underneath the bus, and not even bat an eye. That's a problem. You supposed to be a leader a leader, I want to say of men, but of boys on that team, and they don't know how to look at you. How you talking about them? At least they can say, at least ain't saying this behind our backs. You know what I'm saying? That's about the only positive thing they can get out of. Like, at least he's saying it up front. But if you're gonna be a good teammate, be a leader, man, you got to be uplifting and be more positive than that. T. Wright, man, if you were NFL GM, would you draft Shador?
I don't think so. I look over Shador just because the leadership aspect, and I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is as a quarterback, for one. I think there's a lot of hype surrounding him, but it's all the wrong hype. It's all, like you said, drama, and y'all always in the media for kind of the wrong stuff, if you ask me. But that
Right.
throwing his O-line under the bus was a major red flag for sure.
All right, we see O-line in NFL not block for quarterbacks on purpose.
Yeah, see, he did that in the NFL. Them grown men, real grown.
Right.
So check this out though. I had this dude. I'm in a group with guys, and they half and half with the Deion thing. You know, some guys feel like they with him, and some guys aren't with him. But when it comes to Shador, I'm watching quarterback play. I want y'all to understand. He has a point. If you put Shador in Nebraska behind that offensive line, he make all the throws, man. He make throws that Brock Purdy can't make. Brock Purdy don't have the size and the arm strength. Okay, so the kid has ability. He's training with athletes. He's training with Brady's and people like that. The talent is there. It's hard to really. It's kind of like Bronny. If Bronny puts the work in this summer and then he shows up game 1, 2, and 3 and he's hitting his shot and he's playing, they're gonna be focused on LeBron and his situation more than what he's actually doing. So if you just pay attention to what Shador is doing, he looks like Cam Ward. He looks like other quarterbacks I've seen. They play the same similar style. Like it's the same similar style. I think he has all the talent in the world. I just think he has all the distractions in the world with it, and one takes away from the other, because that's what can happen. You know, he could be really good, but you know you have all these bad distractions around him. But the kid can play quarterback. The kid has all. If JJ McCarthy is in the National Football League, and Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix, I've seen the stat, oldest rookie. All these guys are older. So Shador's going to be older going into the league. I think NFL is changing and he can get drafted and will. And me and Flowers talked about this. Him getting away from his dad going to be the best thing ever happened. Not far as him not having a relationship, letting somebody else coach him.
Right. Like, I think people just upset not by his abilities. Like, of course, he's an NFL quarterback, but it's all the baggage that come with it. You know, Spencer Rattler went through this of trying to grow up, man, and trying to be more of a leader instead of dogging people out. Right. Go ahead, Flowers.
I don't think Shador is a bad kid. First and foremost, let's clarify that. Shador is not a bad kid. I just don't want him to get caught up in the thought of he has to be his father. That's it. He doesn't have to be the flashy, flamboyant, two-stepping Deion Sanders. Just be Shador. Quarterbacks are supposed to be a certain, kind of a person supposed to, carry a certain amount of character with them. They have to carry a whole organization. I mean, we're talking about a Fortune 500 company that, is looking to draft them. There's only 32 of these jobs in the world, so we don't need to see Shador just being immature, man. I guess if that's the worst thing we can say about him, that's cool.
Right.
He's this terrible person. It's just I don't want him to get caught in Deion's image that he doesn't have to be it. That's all.
Yeah.
We on your wrist and talking to the crowd before the game, and defensive linebackers do that. Corners do that. Quarterbacks, you can't do that because guess what? You don't have no control of what's going on around you. And at any moment, it can go. You don't want to motivate Nick Bosa. You don't want to motivate Cam. I mean, you don't want to motivate defensive ends to knock your shit loose. Like you just be over there. Do like Aaron Rodgers. He hits him on the butt. Good play, big dog. You don't want to be over there showing them your wrist and like I'll do that next thing. Kind of be quiet and kind of find your way.
To be honest, I don't mind the noise talking and the selling.
I don't
as long as you can back it up. I don't mind it because Aaron Rodgers
been backing it up though.
Remember the discount check, the whole
Ben, hold on. Know that you have 5 guys that gonna protect you. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying a damn word if the wall that's in front of me got a bunch of holes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's different. It's you gotta know when to talk your ish and when to just like go about it. You go play ball.
Hey, Shador, I'll be there in a minute. I know. I'll be like, probably.
Right. Like he talking at the wrong time. They should be worrying about fixing the team. If they win and they beating teams, they should be beating good teams. And I don't care if he doing a silly and talking noise to the fans. That's cool. Whatever. Fans, that's what they do. You talk back to them. I don't care. but it just they not winning, man. They blaming each other, and that's why it's looking so bad. Most of no, you got any opinions on Shador and the stats of Colorado?
Not really. I mean, but I was never highly on Colorado. I expected them to play like this. Man, it takes years. I can't remember the last college coach to take a team that's not known for winning to turn that program into a winning program in a matter of years. It takes a while to do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It takes so. I mean, I ain't really got much to say about it. I didn't like the fact that he threw his O-line under the bus, even though I understand it sucks. I mean,
they are trash.
Last game he got sacked 5 times with a loss of 40 yards, and it's hard to win with that lack of protection. But you don't have to publicly say that. That's how I feel.
Your daddy under. Try that.
What's that?
Yeah, if my coach called better, call recruit better. Then we won't have this.
Yeah, whether you want to admit this or not, guys, all black offensive linemen, that work in the sweat. That work in the sweat. That's not going to work on high level. See, whether we want to believe God bless us all with strengths and weaknesses. We're not perfect. So traditionally, you might get a Trent Williams every now and then, but you need a Jason Kelce. You need to have guys on that offensive line. You look at North Dakota State; they had a big offensive line. Nebraska had big offensive linemen, and they all with brothers. You can't bring the swag. You can't bring that mentality. So this is how I know he kind of feels some way about leaving Jackson as well. You're trying to bring all that with you to Colorado. No, you come to Colorado and you build something new and you start trends. You ain't got to bring it with you. Like you said, that's basically what Shador's doing. It's like whatever we was doing over there, we're gonna do it over here and it's gonna work. No, you got 133 teams, it's 133, and probably everybody, if they can schedule you right now, would schedule you and play you. I don't think there's a team in college football that wouldn't play Colorado right now if they left.
Right.
It's an easy win.
Flowers, what that video you sent us? He said he needs some Republicans on the O-line.
Let's go there.
You're right. So man, that was Colorado, man. They
said they need some. They on the O-line wearing Amiri shoes. They need somebody with some boots on.
Right.
You need
a Joe Alt. That's what they need.
And you also need somebody in that building that's gonna pull him to the side and say, "Hey, bro, this ain't working, Prime. This ain't. You look, Prime, put the phone down, put the camera down, tell your son to get out the locker room." I saw the practice today. They speed walking. They're doing a speed walking drill with the coach. It's you trying to. When I'm over promoting me being great, my mom always say this: if you got to tell people how good you are, how good of a man you are, then you got some work to do. And that's what Prime does. I'm God, kids, charity, da. What are you trying to mask? What's understood don't have to be explained. And you done drove the nail through the board, through the other side. So it's something more there. Let it go, man. Let's play football.
I have a question. Well, yeah, I got on late, so I'm not sure if y'all answer this question, but the way Shador playing, do y'all think this will affect his NFL draft stock?
Hold on. Did Anthony Richardson have a good comeback and get drafted?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
AR don't talk. Well, AR don't talk like that. And
no, I'm not talking about the talk. I'm saying combine warriors. Really? Go have a good combine, get you drafted. That's all you gotta do. Have a good.
All right, let's talk. We'll talk about Small Blue.
Who?
Small Blue. Michigan lose to Texas.
Wait a minute. Before we go any further. We ain't taking no crazy, no disrespect. Who is the team first, B, before we go further?
Hurricanes.
What kind of football team?
Hurricanes. I like Southern Miss and Hurricanes.
Who the Hurricane? Yeah, Prince the Hurricane. Who?
Miami.
You don't like no damn Miami. Carry on, man. Go ahead.
Hey, you ain't need to bring up Southern Miss because you already know what that issue is.
What's the
Small
issue?
school.
What is the
Small
issue?
school.
Other than they
Small
suck?
school, man. Small school.
Other than they what now?
Man.
Hey, I'm from Hattiesburg, so I can say that.
That's why I'm indulging right now. Go on, say what
man. All right, so Texas beat Michigan 31-12. Texas, I had the video of Texas players putting the flag in the middle of Michigan logo. What do you think about that, RC?
I don't feel no type of way. Week 2, Michigan. I told y'all last week that Michigan didn't have a quarterback. I watch football. I understand who Michigan is and who Michigan ain't. But my message to Texas is you ain't won nothing since Vince Young. We're the defending national champions. We didn't play like it. But putting a flag in the middle of my field, knowing you got to play Georgia and all of you got to run that gun. Finish the deal in week 2. My issue with Michigan is Sharon Moore taking that job at Michigan, coming behind the national championship winning coach, and having to deal with all those allegations and reading the comments where that area, those local people are already wanting that man out of that position. He ain't even had a fair shot at it. But you got to have a quarterback. There's no way you go through fall camp and went and decided you're gonna play a walk-on at Michigan. Okay, come on, dog. It's the same kind of mindset that Dabo Swinney think. Y'all think y'all could just take anybody, develop them, and put them out. It's a new day. Go buy you a quarterback. They for sale. I mean, Oregon, he was for sale. Ken Wall was for sale. Take Michigan money in your Jordans, 11s probably be preferred, to get you some Jordan grades, and go over there and propose, hey, look, we need you over here. We defending national champion. You walk in there with, I'm talking about Texas had Africans on their defense. When I saw Wanaku, I was in we in trouble. When I saw Ranaku, when I saw to them long-ass name manager, I said, they coming down. Look, most of them know they got everybody in the box, including their mom and their children. I knew right then. It's a problem. You ain't got nobody. But long story short, I was really disappointed in, I don't want to say racism, but I felt like this kid has put himself in a situation and he got to understand the location he's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They've never had a black coach there. And that window gonna be short. I give him 2 years. And if he can't do nothing, we're gonna holler at you. So yeah, they played like Live Blue Saturday. I was pissed. You hear me? I was hot. Nobody talked about that on that day.
Oh man. But you think Texas?
You better watch your mouth because I know what you're saying.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you?
Drive by and throw rocks in it though.
Flowers, did Texas make a statement versus Michigan to the country?
An early statement, yes. But I'm with RC, man. They got a SEC gauntlet to run. Anybody that's watching football, college football, know how much Michigan lost. And to think Coach Moore honestly stood a chance against a loaded Texas team offensively. It's not the defense from Michigan, because the defense can still play. But when you don't have an offense, like I continuously preach about the offense going 3 and out and you keeping the good defense out, hell, it doesn't help. But everything RC says is true. I feel the same way about it. Because when Harbaugh, Blake Corum, J.J. McCarthy, and these guys left, it left a hole in Michigan, in my opinion. And they're in rebuild mode. We have to be honest about this. They lost a lot, when Harbaugh and company left, and then the allegations and the scandals and this and that. Coach Moore is, he got a short end of the stick. But Texas is talented. They're real talented. Quinn Ewers, excuse my tie up. If it was up to me, he'd probably be front runner for Heisman right now.
Yes, indeed.
Keep it up, he probably can win it. But man, they got some tests coming up there. They got to play Ole Miss. They got to play, they have to play Georgia. They'll have to play a lot of tough matches within the next month. So sooner rather than later, we'll find out who Texas really is. But there's no doubt that they're a great team.
Right, man. How they ran the ball versus Michigan, they knew they wanted to establish, the line of scrimmage, and they took off from there.
I like their coach. I see why Archie Manning can't get on the field. Quinn is high level.
It's funny because how the hell Ohio State let Quinn go? That's my thing. Because
they had Joe Burrow too.
Well, they had Joe Burrow. Who was the other? It was another quarterback.
Well, I mean, you had C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. It was tough.
Justin Fields, that's the other one.
And traditionally, Ohio State have black quarterbacks. They traditionally have black quarterbacks playing that position. They're rarely led by a white brother, and he's there. They got one now that's pretty good, but you look at that matters, man. I'm gonna say this: they want a dual threat guy. If they're gonna have a quarterback there, it's got to be a guy that can. And Ewers is not that. He's not a dual threat guy. He is a field general. He will tear you apart. So I still would have kept him though. He's good.
All right. We saw Syracuse fall. Well, we saw Syracuse beat Georgia Tech 31-28. They messed up my parlay. I had Georgia Tech by 3, I think, if I recall. All right, y'all want to look at the AP poll?
Give me the top 10.
All right. Georgia, number 1. Texas, number 2. Ohio State, number 3. Alabama, number 4. Ole Miss, number 5. Missouri, number 6. Tennessee, number 7. Penn State, number 8. Oregon, number 9. And Miami is number 10.
You said Missouri number what?
Number 6.
6.
I got a question for RC real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You think y'all winning a bowl game this year?
Damn.
I'm being honest because
this is
he's trying to put in a nice way of saying y'all sorry. I think that's what he's trying to do.
They shouldn't have too much trouble with anybody outside of Ohio State.
I ain't gonna
lie to you. I understand what you're saying, but I told a Florida State fan this and a Florida fan. I said, man, y'all be jumping after one loss. Y'all just jump off the. Listen, bro. College football is the equivalent. It mirrors the NFL. Like if the Jets decide they want to jump off a cliff after one game, you can't. Like Michigan's gonna figure it out. Like it's a long season ahead. I'm gonna get a chance to play Maryland. I'm gonna get a chance to play, Rutgers. I'm gonna get a chance. Am I gonna make a bowl game? You need to stay exactly where you're at here. That's the dumb shit. I ain't never. You got. All I gotta do. Like, listen, bro. I'll be honest with you. If that's the case, after week 2, because Notre Dame might well not play no more. Notre Dame might well throw their season away. Who else lost? I mean, Georgia may lose to Kentucky this weekend. That don't mean you throw your season away. You just at some point you play a team that's better than you.
It's a 12-team playoff now.
Say it again.
12-team playoff now.
Yeah, I'd rather lose early than late.
Right.
Or we're gonna make a bowl game.
That's that round.
It's like asking me if somebody having a baby tonight. Yeah, somebody's giving birth tonight. Yeah, we're going to the playoff. We're going to a bowl game. Everybody go to a bowl game. Like that's given now. We might end up in the Raiola Bowl, but hell, we'll be there.
There's somebody getting birth tonight, huh?
Bro,
it's somebody's birthday somewhere.
What you got to win? 6 games?
That it?
6. Yeah, 6.
Oh shoot! Y'all will make it to the championship, Big Ten championship.
Man, we've been there the last few years, but I think the Big Ten is Oregon looking bad. Oregon should have lost to Boise State, but
USC.
It's a long season.
Yeah.
Man, you're muted. Look,
before we switch gears, we were brought to you by a new affiliate, Swift Energy.
Oh,
right.
man.
Swift Energy. If y'all want if y'all want to get some Swift energy, man, use our promo code VOF13. Get 25% off your order. Swift energy. There you go.
You know, Swift means for a short moment, right?
Hey, no. It
Man,
doesn't mean for a short moment.
Boy, you done hurt me. Where
Yeah,
the hell did you find Swift
They-
energy shirt? Who baked that? They
I'm
gonna make that at Indianola. What the hell is that?
It's a hey, don't be saying that. Is it like from Canada? Come on now.
Bro,
We have
listen,
Canadians supporting
look.
Americans.
I know how this went, T. Right? They took one look at it. They said, Ben, they sent them emails. He didn't even read it. He didn't read it. It's got goat milk in it, or it's got armadillo juice. It just said, yeah, Swift.
Hey, Swift energy, man. They saw Swift. They're like, yo, this is a perfect opportunity. You know,
Yeah,
I might become the face. I might become the face of Swift energy. You know,
have you tried it out?
I got a tub coming on the way. I'm gonna let all y'all try it.
Okay.
I'll bring something to work for you, RC. I'm bring something to work for you. Let you try it out.
Leave it in the break room to see how it goes.
See how I go.
People start calling me, hey, bro, y'all ain't seen most of know that. Y'all ain't seen Justin there. Nah, bro, he took that Swift energy drink, bro. He been going. That's crazy.
All right. Let's move on to NFL talk. And I have the rankings right here. Week 1 rankings. Let me cue some music real quick. Where is it? Where is my music? Where did they go? Here we go.
Hey, Flowers. We about to start doing what we said we're gonna do. Me and Flowers got a plan.
What's that? I mean, we took some chances this week, to be honest. There's some games that
I took a lot of
that caught us by surprise. But you see T Wright, Gatwood, and RC 10-6. I'm 8-8, Flowers 7-9. We know Flowers. We know them 3 being at 10-6 not gonna last long. It's just week 1. That's all that is.
Hey, Gatwood got the script or something.
Man, we gotta beat this guy this year.
No, Gatwood he wait on them injury report. He got it.
He said he went on injury report this time.
Niggas will hurt. You know? I mean,
I found out that McCaffrey was hurt later on that day after I got off work. I saw it. I'm like, come on.
I didn't find out Jedrick Willis wasn't playing till Saturday, man. I wouldn't have picked the Browns to beat the Cowboys if I knew they weren't playing.
You shouldn't pick the Browns because of Deshaun Watson.
That's another story.
Plenty. All right, so I don't want to talk about the Chiefs game in particular. I want to talk about Lamar. So, if y'all didn't know, the Chiefs beat the Ravens 27-20. Stephen A came out and said this. I don't have the quote. Dang on. All right, I don't have the quote. So basically, Stephen A is saying Lamar Jackson is not gonna win a Super Bowl. You can wrap it up. It's not gonna happen. Flowers, you've been protecting Lamar the last couple of weeks. How you feel about his play versus the Chiefs and him possibly never win the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna honestly say, when we were watching the game last Thursday, y'all see me write in the chat. Lamar can't beat the Chiefs. I said it. I said it in the second quarter. He can't beat the Chiefs. I stopped watching for Lamar. I tuned back in the fourth quarter. It actually surprised me that they came back because I felt like if Kansas City got to 27 to win the game, and which they did. But I was actually surprised that Lamar and company actually came back down from 10 plus because you rarely see it. Lamar get down 14 points, man, and he had thrown back to the game. It's like Haley's comic. You see it every 85 years, and I don't mean to disrespect Lamar like that, but I've just come to the conclusion if it's the Chiefs he got to beat ain't beating
Can't
him
be.
because he ain't gonna outdo a Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and that's plain and simple. And it's just Steve Spagnuolo, man. He has Lamar's number. He knows how to play Lamar. Lamar has success against Spagnuolo. Some games he do, some games he don't. This happened to just be one of the games that they did, and it just happened to be the first game of the year. You know, the Chiefs, they got some things they got to figure out defensively. They lost Snead, you know, so they're trying to figure out some coverages. I'm not trying to take nothing away from Lamar, but, you know, if we fast forward towards the end of the game, he had 2 throws at the end of the game that he missed, and one in particular, the sidearm throw that he threw to Zay Flowers, I feel like that wasn't Lamar. I feel like just drop back, put the bread in the basket, boom, you got a touchdown. You do not have to. You're not a sidearm thrower. You're not Patrick Mahomes. I'd rather Lamar just drop back, be a traditional style quarterback. Just put it in the bread basket, man. The throw to Likely, hell of a throw, hell of a play by him, but it didn't go. The NFL is about luck sometimes, a good bit of the times, and the Chiefs were fortunate. We can talk about penalties, we can talk about the refs, but regardless, man, every time Lamar gets them, he gets down, man. He has to stretch and claw, and it's not his cup of tea with the Chiefs, man. So until he gets somebody like Andy Reid, I don't see it happening.
All right. Stephen A said football is about moments. You got to take advantage of those moments, and Lamar did not. RC, will Lamar ever take advantage of these moments to get to the Super Bowl?
We've never seen a quarterback that played that way win the Super Bowl. I mean, Steve Young played that way at one time and had to completely revamp his game. John Elway got older. He couldn't run no more, so he had to revamp his game. Playing that style, we haven't seen it. So he'll be the first. Vic couldn't do it. A lot of guys, their bodies don't hold up. He never gets hit, but I think, the hard part for me is I always try to support my brother. I'm like, okay, I want to see people that look like me be successful in any role. But then I have to take myself out of that and understand that, that don't mean that it's going to make him be great because I'm pulling for him that much more because he look like me. That position is designed to be played a certain way. And he don't play it the right way at times. And teams are saying defensively, they're saying, we want to make you stay in the pocket and play quarterback. He can't do it. I'm not saying he can't do it. He don't do it consistently, right? And so y'all always were screaming last year about he needs more weapons. Why would you give him an A.J. Brown who can run the route tree, knowing while he's running the route tree, Lamar's back there running around or out the door running. He's not going to throw anything on a timing route. That's not who he is. Everything about him, what he does is he's a scrambler. We talked about this off the record. There's 3 types of quarterback: field general, improviser, scrambler. Mahomes is an improviser. If it breaks down, I can make it work. Jared Goff is a field general. Lamar is a scrambler. He want to run first. And so I don't even understand the acquisition of Derrick Henry if you're not going to use it. You basically got 2 running backs back there. If you put Derrick Henry beside Josh Allen, I think they'll use him. You put him beside Patrick Mahomes, they're going to use him. Baltimore got him back there posing. He in the best shape of his life. So I just think I don't see him winning the Super Bowl, not playing the way he played in the style that he played. It's just because in the Super Bowl you got to make throws, and that's the difference between him and Pat. Pat make throws, he don't. So
it never felt like Baltimore was in the game or even had a chance. It was just something about the play calling for Baltimore I didn't like, especially not using Henry. I think they didn't use Henry in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Maybe he do need a new OC that can cater to what they need to do. Maybe, like you said, you mentioned a big time receiver. I just think he need a more of a sure-handed possession receiver, not the fancy. They just know how to work the sticks when he do scramble, know how to find the open holes in the zone and stuff and sit down. That's what they were talking about. Zay Flowers, they said he should have sat down in the zone, but I feel like it was wide enough to lead him into the end zone to throw him the football instead of him sitting down in the route. I felt like there was enough room to throw the football into that hole for him to catch it. It just he just missing out on big time throws, big time moments. And if he would hit Likely on the first end zone throw. That would have been a touchdown. All he had to do was just put it out in front of him, but he hit him. He threw it high. So I don't know how I feel about him ever winning the Super Bowl. It just all depends on. Cause defense did let him down too. Let's not forget that defense was terrible. They couldn't stop Pacheco. Pacheco was just dragging them. So it was a little bit of everything going on in that game. I just feel like Lamar, man, he just needs something else. It's not working wherever they doing for him. And
also, it lets you know how good the Chiefs is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They don't even have Hollywood Brown yet, and man, Isaiah, what's his name? Worthy.
Yeah,
Xavier Worthy. Man, it just the Chief offense seemed to rejuvenate it behind his speed. Man, this Chiefs a scary, deep team. I don't think they have a ceiling as of right now. They don't have a ceiling. What is that ceiling?
Keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline, and that's what Baltimore should have did. It was just try to run the ball with Derrick Henry, try to get something going.
They got the personnel for that. You're right. I don't know.
All right, that's the only way you can beat Chiefs. Keep Patrick Mahomes holding his helmet. What did the 49ers do last night? They killed Aaron Rodgers on the sideline for a long period of time, kept the defense out there. Go ahead, Flowers.
I just want to say you're right. Everybody's right when they say you need to run the ball. The thing is, I feel like Baltimore looked better when Justice Hill was on the field. Because when Lamar was in the shotgun and Justice was out there, if the scheme it was a fitted scheme. Now you putting Derrick Henry out there side by side and Lamar's taking shotgun snaps, you can't get Derrick Henry going because he's not the kind of guy you can just take a shotgun hand it off to him and expect him to get going. He's a downhill runner. So you're best suited in lining up on the center. They had one play I remember. It was like second quarter. They lined up play action. I think he hit Bateman like 10, 15 yards down the field. Bateman sat in the zone. He hit him. And I said, boom, that's what you got to do right there because nobody's going to take him serious if they're in shotgun and him and Derrick Henry are standing side by side. You have a better chance of stopping Derrick Henry as long as he don't, gather up steam and get beyond 5 yards. If you can get him in between the defensive line, that front seven, you're going to slow him down.
Right.
But gets past that second level, man, he's hard to bring down.
So why can't they just put Justin Hill and Derrick Henry on the field together? I mean, Justin Hill, the best catcher. Well, he's like third best catcher on the team. Bateman ain't really catching nothing. Who else is there?
Think about Lamar. And I'm not saying Lamar can't play the position, but yeah, you can have a split backfield. But what you gonna do with Lamar? I mean, if you give me CJ Stroud, right? We're gonna play RC's game of improvisers, scramblers, and field generals. We can say CJ Stroud's an improviser, right? So if I put him in a split backfield, he can play action, he can hand it off, he can throw it. Lamar, we're probably going to expect him if there's a split backfield, triple option. He might be running a QB wrap or something like that. The last thing you're expecting Lamar to do is probably throw the ball. That's a problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, if Lamar wants to separate himself from the other quarterbacks, well, really, Pat Mahomes, you have to come big during these,
and most
close games.
To your point, what are the quarterbacks playing like that in the National Football League?
Pat Mahomes.
No, I'm saying Pat
don't play like Lamar.
He don't play
like
just
Lamar.
like.
Oh, you playing like Justin Fields?
Oh, nobody else plays like him. That what you saying?
Yeah, nobody.
In fact, man, that last drive, man, Lamar was making some Madden-like plays at the end. Yeah. But it just, man, you gotta get over the hump with this one team.
So I don't even think it's the one team. I don't think it's the one team. I think you have the more he plays, the more he show teams that he can't. Because guess what? Every year teams are getting better. So teams haven't had the defensive personnel to be able to control him. Now there's more film on him not be. Whereas everybody has a weakness. His weakness is
if everybody else getting better, how come the Ravens? Like, how come they not getting better?
Right.
I think they're at their peak, and they should have won a Super Bowl last year, but they dropped the ball. Last year was their year to win,
but
and they didn't.
I agree with that, Ben.
What I don't understand about Baltimore. they went from Joe Flacco to that. So they know how to win away. You know what I'm saying? Like quarterbacking is important. Like I had to tell this guy earlier. I don't know. With us, we always when we try to critique people that look like us, they get offended. Think you trying to hold the black man down. Like, no, we speaking football. Let's stay on football. It's not working the way it is. Like Todd Monken, at times he mixes in the way Lamar plays with the way he wanted him to play. And on that last drive, it was backyard football. But Patrick Mahomes has a system he's playing within, and once that breaks down, then he does his deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
KC
has a better constructed system.
Yes.
Right. Yes. All right, let's move on. The Eagles beat the Packers 34-29. Reports came out that Jordan Love will miss 4 to 6 weeks with I believe it's a knee injury.
Yeah, MCL sprain or something.
Your dirty player.
Come on, that was not that. How did he know that he what's it called? Hit him high. Jordan Love.
He had just did something dirty. He had just did something dirty a few plays before that, and then Jalen Carter always getting 15 unnecessary this, unnecessary that. So when he grabbed his leg, he twisted. Like, come on, dude. Like,
you trying to bring him down, RC. He wasn't trying to twist the man's leg off, trying to hurt the guy. He was just trying to bring him down.
Nah, you trying to hurt him.
Yeah. Well, he's out.
Look, I seen Aaron Donald roll up Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, both his ankles were jacked up.
You know that? Carson Wentz was the first guy to ever play with two jacked up ankles. This is unbelievable.
All right, so where do they lead the Packers, Flowers?
Man, they're in a tough spot, man. They got to play us this week, and you sending Malik Willis out there, man. I just don't know how confident I am with that. If I was Green Bay, you got Ryan Tannehill sitting at home. I'm thinking I'll make that. They probably go through this week with Malik Willis. They're gonna bite the bullet with us. It's a home game. But after, depending on how Malik Willis play, I'm quite sure Tannehill will be in line for a job, just try to get the Green Bay Packers over, because I don't think their schedule is tough. But, I think like once he comes back, it's going to be real tough. So that I don't think they can afford to, fall too far behind.
All right. Especially with the Bears digging out a hole to win that game. And right, we ain't that game was crazy. RC, the Eagles, did they make a statement on Friday night?
Yeah, that they can win again. I mean, they was on like a 5-game losing streak. They finally won. Yeah. I think if you take Saquon off that team, they don't win that game. They don't. To me, when I watch them play, their issue is they're trying to reinvent the wheel, and at times they want to be who they were that Super Bowl year. It's a different team, and they, even with the Philly tush push and all the stuff that they're doing, man. Every year the team is different. You feature Saquon. I think AJ Brown will get frustrated at some point because he gonna want the ball. He ain't getting it. But to me, Philly, I think the Cowboys look better than Philadelphia, in my opinion, just as a team. But nothing about Philadelphia just screams, "Here we go!" I ain't scared of them, man. Cowboys look better than them to me.
The Eagles. Because the Eagles secondary still learning. They still young back there.
Did you say they still learning?
Yeah, they still learning. They're young. Yeah, they're babies. That's what, 3 rookies, 3 back there.
They got
a lot to figure out. All right. The Dolphins beat the Jags 20-17. They come back in a flashy way. RC, how you feel about the Dolphins coming back?
Well, I was pulling for sunshine in them. And so when I was watching Miami, I felt like Jacksonville controlled the game the entire game. And then in the end, the Dolphins snatched the game from them because the Dolphins have that dude. Tyreek Hill is exceptionally. When he gets the ball in his hand, he makes plays. So that's the difference between Jacksonville and Miami is that they got more playmakers, and their playmakers made bigger plays down the stretch.
And honestly, I was really disappointed with Jacksonville. Man, they gotta understand, man. It's four quarters of this, and in the fourth quarter, it looked like they just stopped playing. I don't know if it's conditioning. I don't know what else, but they look very disappointing.
Turnovers.
They got some big
yeah, that
like they were just making
fumble
so many
really hurt them
in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, that ETN fumble going in
the end zone. They would win a big time. What I didn't like about the Jazz, they had this game in hand and somehow they let it slip from the grasp. I didn't like the call they made on 4th and 1 on their own 35. They up 17-14. They go for it on 4th and 1 on their own 35. Are you that scared of the Dolphins? I mean, y'all moving the ball on them early in the game.
That's Doug Peterson. That's the stuff he does.
You cannot get a Dolphins a short field like that.
I agree. But that's Doug Peterson.
I mean, y'all was moving the ball fine. Y'all running the ball with ETN. Tank Bigsby came on and had a great game. So why not just stick with it and run the ball down the throats like y'all been doing and take advantage of that? But of course, they go for 4th and 1. I think that's really what really hurt them was when they had them 2 turnovers like that. Flowers, how do you feel about the Jazz play calling late in the fourth?
Terrible, man. Doug Peterson got to do better. I preach the word momentum. Momentum is real. You give teams momentum when they get these stops on these 4th and 1s, make these big plays to get back in the game. Just the Jaguars got to do better, man. You can't turn over the ball. You can't. And I know it's easier said than done, man. Tyreek got him late for an 80-yarder. And you have him hemmed up, majority of the game, and they'll find him in a corner somewhere, man. He'll turn up the sideline for 80 yards, and next thing you know, you're down. But Jacksonville, they got to do a better job. It's too much of, with them having Trevor Lawrence and the expectations of him and them, for them to give away a game like that, because I thought they had it won. Because the whole Miami was to 21 points. That's
right.
And a lot, for week 1. So I feel like Jacksonville, they let one slip away.
They sure did. Sunshine did have a pretty good game.
I just want to say I gotta give credit to Tyreek Hill, because at first I didn't want to go on him, like go with him over on when I was like betting on Sunday. I'm like, man, what happened to him? He probably, just, what I'm saying? Probably not in the game right now. But man, I see why players voted him number 1 as far as like the number 1 player of the league. He could really do it all. At first, you see a player like him, and it's like, oh, he's just fast, but it's much more than that. He's a really complete receiver.
He had 7 catches for 130 and 1 touchdown, 12 targets.
Man,
that's insane. All right, Flowers, your time to shine. The Colts lose to the Texans 27-29. What's your game thoughts?
I'm gonna talk about the Texans. First and foremost, congratulations to the Texans. I'm not a sore loser. The Texans look great. Probably one of the better teams in the NFL. But I say that to say this: we're right there with them. The interception from Anthony Richardson, Granson slips, that can change the game. Ant missed Adonai Mitchell twice. Wide open touchdown. That could have changed the game. The 2-point conversion that we missed could have tied the game. So I say all that to say I feel like we beat ourselves more than Houston beat us. And I'm quite sure a lot of people won't agree with me on that. And a lot of people will, but I just feel like we were never out of the game. Great back and forth. In all actuality, Houston had to make 2 or 3 hellacious plays at the end of the game to put us away. Because I feel like if we get the ball back, we're winning the game. But C.J. Stroud, exceptional. Nico Collins, exceptional. Joe Mixon, man. 100 30 plus yards, 30 carries. I ain't seen nobody run on us like that in a while. So hats off to Joe Mixon. Can't wait to see him late October. But I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna pass it along. Anthony Richardson, if you don't believe, there's still time to get on the hype train to believe. This kid has played 5 games in the National Football League, and in each game, they can be down 10, they can be down 7. He's going to make a throw that's going to bring that team back, excite the crowd, and give Indianapolis life. They're never out of a game with Anthony Richardson. And look, this team is dangerous, man. Other than Juju Brent's getting hurt, I know the secondary has been the question all season and now, especially with Juju being out for the rest of the year. If the defensive line gets home, it helps, but I am concerned about our secondary. But the offense that we have, I don't see why we can't win 10-plus games.
Exactly. That was a tall task for the secondary anyway with all them weapons. Nico Collins, man, he made some great catches in that game.
That first, I think it was the first touchdown by AR. That was crazy. That was insane.
Oh, yeah, that 60 yard?
Oh, that 60 yards.
Just standing still, just dying. Like, people
What about
Alec Pierce? You know, that's
Alec Pierce.
Man, what school did Nico Collins go to, brother?
Michigan. Hey, but what's so crazy though, RC, is I said, hey, y'all guys need to watch out for Nico Collins in preseason 2 years back. So
you know what's crazy though? You know, I was mentioning about AR. That was the most unknown talking about AR in that throw. It's crazy how people did try to throw this kid away after a year. It's like we don't give quarterbacks a chance. Like that dude. Yeah, man, that dude gonna be special.
I ain't gonna lie. I never liked him when he came out of Florida. I just didn't think he was ready, and you know I thought he was just a bit overrated how he played at Florida.
Yeah,
but
he was at Florida.
But the way he's been,
Florida been a bad school for a while.
Yeah, but I think if the coach do right, I mean you got Michael Pittman and you know I think AR will eventually develop into I say a top 10 player. I'm gonna say top 5 or the elite, but he'll definitely get up there.
What's so crazy is that CJ Stroud interception they got overturned. That was the dagger right there. What was the call they called on that Flowers to overturn that interception I had on CJ Stroud?
Defensive holding.
Yeah,
I hate them calls, man. Hate them calls, but that connection between him and Mitchell, when they get going, they're gonna be killer for real because he targeted him 5 times, and I know 2 of the passes was kind of out over his head. But if he were connected, those the game would been different for real.
I don't think people realize, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll let you talk most. Anthony didn't really get touched. He sat back there comfortable, man. And the one thing I will say, he sits and he wants to be a quarterback. Mm-hmm. He wants to throw the ball. So I think he just needs to continue to develop, learn how to use your check downs, Anthony. And other than that, man, you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
All right.
All we're going to say is that I think the coach should have probably signed a veteran defensive back. I think that would have helped them in his against the Texans. Like a good veteran, because they got a lot of young players. I would have loved for us to bring
Gilmore back. You know, we had Gilmore
right
2 years ago. I would have loved for us to sign Quandre Diggs or Justin Simmons to help in the back. And look, I'm glad you said that. I don't want to dwell on this too long. I have a love and hate relationship with Gus Bradley. The touchdown CJ Stroud scored on that 4th down, that roll out to the left and hitting Diggs in that corner right there. That's defense coordinator's fault because no one was right there. They weren't lined up right. And this is the thing when you try to run these complicated zone cover schemes with young corners, you need veteran leadership to be able to help that. And to have Nick Cross, a safety, out of place, you know, in short distance like that, for one, they should have been playing man and pressing. We don't do enough of that, you know, to have 6'2", 6'3" corners. We got big, long corners. Let's play a little more man instead of playing zone, but that's another. You got to do better, Gus Bradley.
Well, the Colts are on the open note. They play a great game against the Texans. All right, the Bills beat the Cardinals 34-28. RC, what do you think about the debut of Kyler Murray and Josh Allen?
Well, high praise to Josh Allen, man. You know, I'm about to say something that's gonna flip this whole thing. One time I would say that Brock Purdy has the easiest job in football. Josh Allen has one of the most difficult jobs. Josh Allen and Justin Herbert for sure. They throwing a bunch of guys that's developing, finding their way. And what Josh Allen did Sunday, most guys can't do. That's what Cam Newton was trying to say. It just coming from Cam Newton with some tight ass pants on. I couldn't hear what Cam was saying, but basically he was just trying to tell us that you got to have guys who can make other guys around him better. And I was impressed with Josh. But the only thing with Josh need to understand that he is not a fullback, not a linebacker. And you running into people and jumping over piles, and defensive players are gonna get you more than you get them. But I was impressed with the way they played. There's no big elephant in the room, no big eyes, no little U's. They played as a team, and that's gonna take them further. And I look for them to do great things. But then on the Cardinal side, they needed defense. Defensively, they just weren't able to stop them guys when they needed to get off the field, but they are coming. The NFC West has got a heartbeat. There ain't no bottom team there. They're going to be a problem. So I was impressed with both teams coming out week one. But Marvin Harrison Jr. just out there running around. I mean, Pope Morrison didn't get it. It was depressing because Kyler can't see his ass, first of all. I mean, but look at this.
1 point for fantasy, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, he was wide open, though, Flowers.
Yeah, you took both of the rookies, then you Flowers. You took Neighbors and Marvin.
Look, Neighbors, Worthy, all them did good. Except Marvin Harrison.
Right. Marvin, he had 4 targets, so they said they were talking about how they think Kyler don't really trust him yet to be where he need to be.
Bro,
so
he was
that's
so
why
open one time.
He was where he needed to be when he was wide open when he didn't get that damn touchdown.
Man,
he must have seen him.
Yeah. Push the pile on Kyler. Make a pocket. It's over.
Look, I'm going to have to get a Mario John Cena shirt.
What's that, man?
Were you surprised by the Cardinals showing versus the Bills?
Not really. I wasn't surprised, but I am slightly disappointed with Kyler. I really think he could really be a good quarterback. But like y'all said, y'all mentioned him being short, and I don't know. That might be the case because he missed a lot of wide open receivers.
Damn, Marvin Harrison Jr. is 6'4", man. You don't see his big ass running down the field.
Right, he ran a goal down the sideline. Now, how you not see that?
But when you 4'11", right behind 6'8" offensive lineman, he probably really can't see him.
You don't see that wild. Big ass running down the field.
Roll out, son. Do something. Get away from the pocket. Roll out. All right. The Falcons lose to the Steelers 18-10. Why are they paying Kirk Cousins all this money and they can't muster? They lost to a team that kicked 6 field goals.
It's 1 week, y'all.
They lost.
RC.
I'm tired of shit.
It's week 1, but the O-line didn't look good, right? The defense couldn't. I don't know what they were doing. They helped keep them in the game by keeping the Steelers to field goals, but the O-line was terrible for the Falcons, and Kirk Cousins looked worse. They paying him all his money, and they should came in and won this game.
Flowers, you just said the O-line looked horrible, and then you just said.
But they had those 2 interceptions. Them 2 interceptions were costly.
TJ Watt was playing amazing. Like,
they said his pressure rate was like 30 something.
Bro.
So they said they had more pressure on Kirk Cousins than not pressures, like to the snaps or something like that. It was crazy.
TJ Watt was out there square dancing with the offensive line. When I'm saying he cooking them and getting right by them, Bijan and Kurt didn't stand. When TJ is healthy, he's always been the difference maker.
He's the best player, best defensive player.
Best player. Yes. Mm-hmm. He's the best defensive player in the NFL when he's healthy, in my opinion. I stand with that because he is one of the few people that can cause wins or losses on the field. You know, that's
I
rare.
that fumble at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask y'all this. So, because it's just week one. Kirk Cousins playing behind a bad offensive line. We've seen Kirk Cousins start slow and then pick up play. I'm not going to throw Kirk Cousins away after week one. They're going to be all right.
It's not bad. Now, they probably got out schemed. You know, Kirk is fairly new to the equation, along with some other things. I'm with Ben as far as the interception, especially the one at the end.
Terrible throws.
The Falcons will be fine, but my
first
past 2 years, when I lay money on the Atlanta Falcons, the bastards let me down every time.
and then only 3 targets for Drake London, your best receiver.
But
there's something wrong there.
Once again, man, like the Steelers defense is just that good.
Yeah,
it's just
That's
that good. This game,
when they're healthy.
This game should have been like an extreme blowout. It's just that, I mean, Justin Fields did pretty good. No turnovers, but the Steelers defense just that good. It's just that offensively they just.
Do y'all not see like Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott? They play the same way, right? Kirk Cousins when he's healthy, he has really good regular seasons. Then he have moments where he messes up more than he makes the big play. Dak look amazing, and then he makes a bad throw. So I think familiarity plays a role with Kirk. He just left a team he was with for a while. He with Atlanta. Those are new targets. We on paper, we saying they supposed to be great players. They got to prove it. You did. And like he's saying, and Moses saying, they playing against a defense that wasn't giving up much. So I'm not gonna panic. I see week 1, let me see 5 weeks.
But also Atlanta, the Atlanta front four, the defense side of the ball, they wouldn't get much pressure on.
I mean, bro, they were not playing the Carolina Pussycat. I'm sorry, bro. I'm listening, bro. They was not. They
when you trade for Judon, this D line puts a great pressure, and they wasn't doing anything.
Who said that though? Who said that?
We based it off last year. They had a good D line last year.
No, I find this funny because I feel like I'm the only one that took up for Tomlin and the Steelers, and now y'all talking about they're playing.
Well,
right, but the question is, do you hand the job back to Russell when Justin Fields? You do. At this, Steelers like this one guy said. I like how this guy on Pro Football Focus put it. Steelers just need somebody to right the ship. I mean, Justin Fields
just did it though.
Yeah, he did it. He did it. Great job. I mean, he took what he had and ran for the rest.
No. Yo, what y'all not gonna do is
I don't know. I don't know. His job. He didn't force anything. He took what he had.
Okay. When they play
Justin Fields played like he didn't want to lose his job. In my opinion.
But when they play Patrick Mahomes and they play against Aaron Rodgers, they play the guy that Superman in Buffalo. Hell, if they play any quarterback that's driving the ball down the field, scoring points, their defense ain't gonna play like that against every offense. So you need a quarterback that can push the ball down the field. You got a game manager. You got a guy that's okay. That's you're not going to go like that.
Well, RC, he did take shots. He did take shots to downfield to George Pickens. Like he took what he was available to him. He didn't force anything. He just played like, I'm not gonna try to be Superman. I'll just try to right the ship and take the chances when they are available.
What Pittsburgh Steelers made a mistake is they should have went up and drafted Michael Penix Jr. They need Michael Penix Jr. more than the Falcons do. You dig what I'm saying? They need a quarterback, a young guy they draft and bring in and is ready to play. Not a young guy, one of these veteran quarterbacks coming out of college. They need a quarterback.
And also look at how they ran this offense with Justin Fields. Najee Harris had 20 carries. Justin Fields had 14. Jalen Warren wasn't even Jalen Warren from last year. They hardly ever used him.
That's why
they tell me that because how they running him 14 times, like they use him as a running back. I mean, that's what he did in Chicago. That's what that made his name when he was running the football.
Well, we just said it's not going to work for Lamar Jackson got to play from the pocket. I think he got him out of Atlanta. Let's see what it looked like when they play a good defense on the other side. You know, when they play against a better team when you got to score points. He'll be able to kick field goals.
Yeah, that is true. They did have 6 field goals. They just couldn't figure it out in the red zone. So now, like I said, they still thought they were smart by trading for Justin Fields, but now you kind of creating a little problem for yourself. Like when Russell come back, do you just hand him the job?
Not really. I don't think it's causing a problem, Ben. It's just
what problem?
Okay. Let me say this first and foremost. Russ needs to be the starter, okay? Because if Russ was banged up all the training camp, and if Justin Fields couldn't take advantage of that, he doesn't need to be a starter, okay? Let Russ be the one to lead them when he comes back, and it'll be easier to pull Russ and put Justin back in rather than starting Justin and then trying to have Russ come in and save the day. I just feel like Russ would be a better reliever than a starter right now. And then you get people like I had a guy that's a Steelers fan. He working in a convenience store that I go to, and he was talking to me Sunday. And he put it on my mind that the Steelers was going to win Sunday when he told me that George Pickens, and I have to go verify this, but I'm going to take his word for it. He told me that George Pickens said out of his own mouth he'd rather have Justin Fields as his quarterback. So that tells me
I can believe that.
that's a locker room divided. All right. So you're going to have some guys that want Justin. You're going to have some guys that want Russ. So the more that Justin wins, the more that needle is going to tilt his way. You know, so you can't mess that up. Especially Tomlin understands the room. He's a player's coach. So I'm quite sure he'll feel the tone in the locker room and just go with it by that. But I mean, if Russ is the starter, he's the starter. I just feel like it's easier, you know, to pull him out and put Justin in than vice versa.
Right. I agree. I did hear something like that in training camp, how all the guys love Justin Fields. So I can believe that. They'd rather have him than Russell.
Him and George Pickens have chemistry. So if George number one guy sitting here telling, you know, saying out loud that I want Justin to be the guy, it's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
And you know, and we see how George Pickens was acting last year. So they better listen to the man. All right, the Cowboys beat the Browns 33-17. I have a clip to show y'all. Well, it's more like an audio. Tell me what y'all think about this.
216-474-0092. You ready to go to the phones?
Sure.
All right. Dave in Macedonia, you're first up on the fan. Hello.
Good morning, boys.
All right.
He's quoting Daniel Caffey. Please. There's two numbers. You'll figure them out. 42.9, 144.
What is all this?
Watson's quarterback rating, Mayfield's quarterback rating.
Oh, Christ. I can't do this for one more second. No. The first call out of the box, we're going to do this. The very first call of the box, we're going to do this. No. I know what it's called.
Man, I'm telling you, we need to do this. We need to bring people on just so they can have it. Classic. Great.
Right. All right. So Browns call Browns fan.
People that many massages that Deshaun had gotten.
Misogynist.
And so the Browns fan called into the Browns radio show and compared Baker's Mayfield quarterback rating to Watson. So now there's a lot of talk of did the Browns make the wrong decision of letting Baker walk and bringing in Deshaun Watson? Let's go RC. Did they make it?
They need to leave Baker out of this. Baker has nothing to do with this. When Baker was there, y'all didn't want him. Talk crazy about Baker. I think Cleveland since 1999 has had 38 starting quarterbacks.
Whew.
So my issue with Cleveland is you can blame Deshaun Watson. He was gonna take the money. I mean, who wouldn't take the money? All of us on the panel would take the money to go play.
Fully guaranteed.
And so he did what was in the best interest of Deshaun Watson, not the Cleveland Browns. He has no ties to the state of Ohio or the Cleveland Browns. He's not LeBron James. But my issue with Deshaun Watson, this is why I unfollowed him off of social media, because now that he has taken the money, he's, what's your word? Complacent. He's complacent. His shoulders have dropped. He's, taking pictures in his car, he don't care about football no more. And the passion isn't there. People was trying to give him out, myself included, of not having his 2 tackles. You got professional athletes that play that position. You got to get that ball out your hand. And you got to go to the sideline and say, Coach, we got to run the ball more or run screen plays. You got to take, that's the thing I liked about Brady and Peyton Manning and Drew Brees and company. Hey, it ain't working. Let's try this or let's do this. I'm gonna make it seem like I'm doing my very best, because it ain't me, it's y'all, without saying it out loud. And I think Deshaun is like somebody said in the group chat in closing, that Deshaun Watson, the real Deshaun Watson, died on that massage table in Houston.
All right. It's a what everybody be saying these days, it's a clone. That ain't the real Deshaun Watson. I don't know who that guy is. Most unknown. Are the Browns in trouble with Deshaun Watson right now?
Well, to answer your first question about if it was a mistake getting rid of Baker Mayfield, like RC said, y'all didn't want him at all, and he wasn't really doing that well when he was there. He did have a great. He did play great yesterday, 24-30. I forgot how many yards. I know his QB rating was 165.
Yeah.
I think
QBR off charts.
QBR. I think you just made the mistakes just paying him that much. You know what I'm saying? So
I think nobody saw this coming from Deshaun Watson, to be honest. Him playing like this, man. What you say?
Yeah, you did. I mean, when the last time you
I want to say him playing this bad, where
Cleveland Browns, brother.
Anything over 20 yards is 30%.
Peace, Deshaun Kaiser, Brady Quinn. I can name them. Brian Hoyer. I can name them. They've had quarterbacks that play there, and they walked in there, and they was. I mean, Manziel didn't read. He didn't watch any film, but it's still Cleveland. Had he watched film, it was still gonna be Cleveland. The issue with that, they need to sell the Browns to LeBron. Okay, sell it to somebody because the Brown family, they do a very horrible job of putting a team around. Because be honest, did you really feel like? Do you ever feel like every year that Cleveland got a shot at winning the Super Bowl in your entire life as a fan?
At least making the playoffs.
Football.
That's a maybe on it.
The thing is, though,
Garrett for Garrett and company, they get out of there.
I never understood why the Browns let Baker go just because he couldn't get past Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City fought their way back into the game. It took Chad Henne making some unbelievable plays to beat the Browns to take them to the Super Bowl. So I don't understand why they. What you say?
They got rid of him because of the whole situation with Odell. They wanted to scapegoat,
and they should have kept Baker was not the problem. Baker was not the problem, and they messed up their whole chance of keeping the organization running and possibly even making the Super Bowl. What you about to say, most unknown?
So yeah, RC was right. 38 quarterbacks since 1999.
Yeah,
and I found something else. Tim Couch played 59 games. Baker Mayfield 59. The third quarterback with the most games, Derek Anderson, 34, Colt McCoy, 21, Brandon Whedon at 20. And then it gets worse at Charlie Fry.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Baker had them right there. Like they was in the playoffs. That was a very competitive team when he was there. So I don't understand.
Is this just a case
putting
of
all
bad
the blame
luck?
on him? No, they screwed themselves. It's not bad luck. They made bad decisions. They made bad business decisions.
If you look at some other organizations, they have the same disease. It's just the Cleveland Brown disease is one that it's kind of like it's permanent because it is almost like it's the family, like the Jones family owns the Cowboys, whereas the Brown family. And so think about this. I'm gonna make this quick. I was told there may be 10 to 12 teams who will actually compete for a Super Bowl every year. Okay? We all know it's more teams in the National Football League. So if that is really true, are they really going out? Are they really doing the necessary things? Because 38 different starting quarterbacks. Deshaun Kaiser was a highly touted quarterback out of Notre Dame. I remember Brady Quinn. So it's like, but how you play quarterback without an offensive line and skill players? When Josh Cribbs at one time was your number one receiver, Muhammad Mascawad, and you had Braylon Edwards at one. These guys are not just names. You just okay. That's gonna be a guy that's gonna change our fortune. You know.
But the thing is, though, we saw Joe Flacco come in and not have any problems.
Yeah, but we also know traditionally in history, you just like Ryan Fitzpatrick could go and win you a few games on the backside of his career. But if Flacco would have started there versus Baltimore, we've never heard of Flacco. He'd have been on that list of 38.
I want to bring some evidence to the forefront, please.
Yeah, sports court, bring it to. Let's hear it.
If I'm remembering this correctly, didn't Kevin Stefanski have something to do with Baker Mayfield not being there too?
Yeah,
man, you got listen. You cooking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're cooking. Yeah, he reading what he saw right now. I'm doing that. Yeah,
because like I know Stefanski. He went to Ivy League college. He's this smart guy. Sometimes you can be too smart for yourself.
Jimmy damn Neutron.
I'm telling you, because you had Baker Mayfield, and the difference now, well, between then and now, Baker just needed to grow up. That's it.
Yep.
Baker just needed to grow up. He just needed to mature some. And I just think Stefanski didn't want to deal with it. And then you had the Odell stuff. But in the midst of all that, Baker Mayfield won a playoff game in Cleveland. Who in the hell can say that they won a playoff game in Cleveland as a quarterback for the Browns? Not too many people. Okay. So you let him go. He bounces around 2-3 different teams, shows the lead that he can play, and now he's set up probably making $100 million less than when you're paying Deshaun Watson. All right. And you're still trying to figure out what the hell we're gonna do. Well, there's really nothing to figure out because it's fully guaranteed. So you can keep pushing it on the back end all you want to. You're still gonna have to pay them. So the Cleveland Browns are gonna have to come to the realization we ain't gonna pull off the Band-Aid. All right. RC said something, and I think it was me that might have reminded him about the tackles. I told RC, okay, well, when he was playing in Houston, he didn't have the greatest offensive line, but he was running around making plays, doing this and that. What happened was he got complacent. He wanted a contract from Houston. They didn't want to pay him. He wanted to go in and stand at free safety and not practice. Boom, he doesn't play for 2 years. He comes back off the massage, table fresh, and he got a new, his arm sleep. It's like he forgot how to play the position, and it's his own fault because if he doing what he's supposed to do, as far as just being a professional quarterback, he wouldn't be wrapped up with 40, 50, 60 women that are accusing him or something. Mm-hmm. And the best thing that the Browns did for Deshaun Watson was to bail him out. Because he said the only way I'm going to Cleveland is if you give me a fully guaranteed contract. So
doing that.
Cleveland figuring, we got Kevin Stefanski. He's the smartest guy, one of the smartest guys in the NFL. Hey, he can make this work. This shit ain't working. See last year. So it's a matter of if and win for Deshaun Watson.
Pro Football Focus dropped a nugget that I didn't even really pay attention to. It probably flew underneath the radar, but remember he set out most of training camp with arm tiredness.
Well,
so they speculating
last year. He was saying that something was wrong with him, but they were saying nothing was wrong with him. I remember last year, so is he faking or?
So they think something's wrong with him because they say his accuracy has dropped dramatically. They put out a stat.
Football in a real life game for 2 years. What you expect? You see
arm tiredness. I never heard a quarterback sitting out most of training camp from arm tiredness.
The dude's problem is, and the problem will be all of our problems if we didn't love. If we got the love of something beat out of us, but we got paid in the process. Yeah. So let's say Deshaun is not guilty of the allegations. Let's say of the 100 women that's claiming that he did something wrong, let's say maybe it's 10 women or it's 5, or let's say it's a smaller number. So you had the entire country have an opinion about a guy who, it was kind of like Kobe Bryant. He was clean before that happened. Nobody had nothing on Deshaun Watson. He was, buying people houses, doing all this charitable stuff, and then boom, that happens. So in the process of being sitting out that long, you had to deal with that part, being judged by the entire world. Then you come back and somebody's going to pay you some money, and you're thinking about, okay, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, but you ain't thinking football, you're thinking financial stability. Deshaun, like I said, somebody made that joke in the comments, made in the chat, but they really said something. The real Deshaun Watson is in Houston, laying on that table. He's not here. He's not going to ever come to Cleveland because you know why? It's not required. I got the money. I got the leverage in the event. I don't have to be Deshaun Watson ever again. I'm rich and I'm paid. So a lot of these guys love the lifestyle and not the game. And
that's
so
why I just don't want to give out fully guaranteed X.
Do y'all realize, I'm going to say this in closing, that Baker played on the offense that had Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, Njoku, Odell Beckham Jr., and the backup running back was the guy with the dreads. What was his name?
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. That's who Baker had, and they had it rolling, and they let Odell do what he does, and they got rid of that. And then when they revamped, Cleveland came back again and brought more skill, more help for Deshaun. So it's either sell the team and blow this thing up, because the way it's constructed and the way you're doing it, it's not working for us in the quarterback. I almost feel cursed. It does. It curses.
Yeah. But before we let that go, Baker Mayfield was the last QB to win the playoff game, 2020. Before Baker, Vinny Testaverde, 94. And before him, Bernie Kosar, 89.
Yeah, Bernie Kosar, legend. That's a legend.
Oh, yeah, legend. But, man,
I didn't know Vinny Testaverde played for the Browns.
That's when Belichick was there, if I'm not mistaken.
Both of those guys were Miami Hurricanes, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you, RC. So it Ken Dorsey.
You're welcome, but anytime you need me to break
it's crazy in the Browns' history.
Oh, and Ben, this is their sign. If you need to know, this is the Miami Hurricane sign.
That's it. Okay. Thank you for the history lesson. All right. The Lions beat the Rams 26-20. Puka Nacua is out at least 4 games.
Dang.
Yeah, 4
games. Who drafted him?
Not me.
I know, right?
Flowers, how does this hurt the Rams' ability to keep up in the NFC West?
It's not just Puka that got hurt. I think they lost some offensive linemen too. So I think they could survive without Puka for a few weeks. I mean, Cooper caught 14, 15 balls this past Sunday. So I don't think that'd be the problem. My concern would be is the protection surrounding Matthew Stafford, because Matthew goes out here every year and takes a beating, man. And some years he can pull through, some years he can't. They can't afford to fall behind early because of injuries. So, like I said, McVay and company, they're great. Like I said, they played a great game now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they should have won.
At the end of the day, Detroit decided to play bully ball at the end and ran down their throats, in overtime. But I just feel like the offensive line injuries might be a little more problematic than Puka Nacua's.
Well, you shall see, especially Cooper Kupp, the resurgence of him, man, that helping them out a lot. RC, is Jared Goff the Lions' Achilles heel?
No, it's Dan Campbell, because if they'd have just ran the football all night, we would have went to bed early. But he likes to make everything complicated. Dan Campbell, I was telling about this earlier. He's an ex-tight end, actually played the game, was a decent player. So he played. His mindset is like, let's just, let's stick it to him. Let's hit him with a 60-yard play. I can see him being that way. Like Jared Goff, come over there. Let's go for it on 4th and 1. Where we at? It don't matter. Let's just go for it. You're right. Let's go for it. No, you got to take the emotion out of it and do what is supposed to be done. The obvious thing, Dan Campbell, not what you think. Don't even trust and do the obvious, okay? And so, because they could line up with that offensive line and them 2 running backs, and they could have had a field there against the Rams. The Rams don't have interior line.
Man,
so,
David Montgomery just straight up bulldozing.
Yeah, and so you did in overtime. You did what you should have did in the first half in regulation. You did it in overtime. Just do that. Make the game simple. That's gonna be their problem. They're gonna overcomplicate stuff that don't have to be They don't have to be complicated.
Yeah, that was a stressful game to watch.
Well, I think that Stafford interception came at the wrong time.
It did.
It came at the wrong time. So,
well, did you see Stafford foot with the spat on there? It ain't because he was rocking the style. The dude was getting
cleaned up.
Yeah, he was.
Aiden Hutchinson was playing dirty. He was playing dirty.
Man, that's hard. I had a stat for him was crazy. Let me see, can I find it? He was a monster in that game.
Aiden Hutchinson turned to Gator rollers, man. He learned from the best.
Man, I saw him grab that man ankle, and then old boy pointed at the ankle like he grabbing my ankle like this dude was savage.
All right. The 49ers beat the Jets 32-19. Go ahead, have your spotlight, RC.
I'm like most unknown on this one. I don't really have much to say. I just want to look at you.
Here we go.
I want to look at you because you've been on paper. You've been gassing the Jets for like 3 years, and I'm gonna tell you something about Jets. That fuel is expensive. Okay, the fuel to go in the jet is very expensive, and if you know anything about jets and how high they get, how fast they get you where they're trying to go, you're not gonna do that with a 40-year-old quarterback. Now, I am believing.
Come on now,
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is an all-time great. Don't get me wrong. If you put Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco, if you put Aaron Rodgers in Detroit, in Dallas, in hell, you put him in with the Colts or the Saints. He got a defense and he got more skilled players. He gonna win a Super Bowl, y'all. You hear me? But not with the Jets. Okay. Most unknown. You got your computer there. Who was the last guy to win a Super Bowl for the Jets?
Joe Namath.
Okay.
It's probably Joe Namath.
Joe Namath is probably somewhere he's probably, he's alive and well, but he's probably frustrated as well with what he's seen as a Jet fan. With Brett Favre doing this, what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now. I just feel like, man, I'm not surprised about the Niners, but what I will sound
week one.
Hold on. In week 1, the 49ers didn't have Talanoa Hufanga, that's an all-pro. Christian McCaffrey was out. Trent Williams ain't been there for 2 seconds. Brandon Ayuk didn't cut his hair. He been there for he's mentally checked out. He checked back in. And then let me ask you this. Do you realize that that's supposed to be the best? That's supposed to be one of the best teams from the AFC? That's your best? It's one of your best? Okay. Look out. 49ers are probably going to be the 49ers because you know why? I don't think they can mentally keep getting up and go take this exam. It's somebody going to see.
Let's see Shanahan keep up that notion. Oh, we're gonna run it down their throats with Jordan Mason.
If you do that, he's in trouble. But I think he's not gonna do that. He's.
I think he just saw. I didn't see the little clink in the armor for the Jets to not be able to stop the run. They did. They were pretty good against the run last year. So I was kind of surprised that Jordan Mason was able to gash him that much. Even though C.J. Mosley went out, he was getting gashed with him in there. So that was what really turned the tide in the game was the Jets inability to stop the run with Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. I felt like if they were able to corral the running game, I think the game been a lot closer than what it was. Go ahead, Flowers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what RC want to say, but he don't feel like saying because he ain't got to prove no point.
Nah.
What I learned about the 49ers yesterday, man, they got some depth, man. They are loaded, man. They are 2-3 man deep in some positions, and that's a Super Bowl team still. But like RC saying, how many more times they gonna step up to the plate when it's a full count, which meaning, in football terms, Super Bowl, and try to win it, because you can only continue to do this for so long. But man, pretty much the 49ers pretty much summed up week 1 for me. There were no surprises. The teams that are good, they showed you they're good. The teams aren't ready, they showed you they aren't ready. The Jets disappointed me. I picked the Jets to win the AFC East. I still believe they can win the AFC East.
Yeah,
it's just the Jets are right here. The 49ers are right here. No, that's the difference. They got beat up on both sides of the ball. I think the 49ers, 6-7 times in a row scored, 6-7 straight possessions. After the first quarter, once the Jets scored with Aaron Rodgers and he got to talking, running his mouth, RC said in the chat, man, I only got 2 players. All you got to do is just double Wilson and take Breece Hall away. And in the second quarter, voila, they only have 5 yards total offense. So I'm more disappointed in the Jets not answering the physicality call, because that's what you lay your head at as a team and your staple. That's solid staple. I feel like they went into a fight and left with the tail tucked between the legs because they couldn't match up with the big dogs, and it's all right. There's promise that you've seen, with the Jets. Like, we probably expected the 49ers to put hands on Aaron Rodgers a little more than they did last night. So I have to give them credit for protecting Aaron Rodgers, but they had a game plan formed around Aaron Rodgers getting rid of the ball quick. So they're going to have to do that. But they're going to play some mediocre teams they're going to be better than, and they're going to have to play some good teams that they're not going to be able to beat. But it's early. We'll see where they are in about a month or 2. We just know that they can't beat the 49ers, somebody like that right now. But that doesn't mean they can't still win games in this league.
All right. That's the only thing I was really disappointed in, them not be able to stop the run. They're being out physical in the front, and the corners kind of disappointed me too, man. I saw a lot of cushion out there. DJ Reed was getting beat a lot. Carter, I believe that's the other corner, the slot corner, I believe. He was getting beat a lot. So I was kind of like, dang, them boys must be gassed. That's the only thing I think about. Cause they usually more solid like that on the back end. What you about to say, most on?
I just want to say, man, like piggybacking what Flowers said, man, this team is deep. Man, I really like Brock Purdy, man. He progresses through his reads very well. And yesterday the MVP was Jake Moody and Jordan Mason. This team is super
definitely
deep.
Jordan Mason.
Definitely Jordan Mason. It's just a deep team, man. And this might be. I want your opinion on this, RC. Do you think who Kyle Shanahan reminds me of? Andy Reid.
Yep.
Maybe Eagles Andy Reid, but if Andy Reid could win a Super Bowl, I think so can Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I heard Fred Warner say it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. I think the issue is, and I want to take this back. I like Brock Purdy too, bro, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Last night confirmed 2 things for me: that Brandon Ayuk is not an X. He is not an X. Right. That offense, he is not an X, because guess what? There's a lot of X's in that offense. I'm talking about Kyle Juszczyk could be the X. It's X factor. They got him everywhere. And all Brock Purdy got to do is not mess up. Even if he throw a pick, you find just don't throw 4. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do that. He could not be the one that caused the 49ers to lose. But I honestly believe if you put Josh Allen in that position, if you put Dak Prescott in that position, you can't put Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson in that position, but you're going to need a guy that is timing. The ball's got to come out. Derek Carr in that position.
What about Daniel Jones?
You got to understand. You throw the ball to Debo, he might get 50 yards.
I was going to say.
You see what I'm saying? And so my thing is 2 things. This guy's not an X, and Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. It's not a great quarterback. You don't have to be great. It's Kurt Warner. You dig what I'm saying? Kurt Warner's in the Hall of Fame, and he has exactly what Brock has right now. He has a Hall of Fame running back, 2 Hall of Fame receivers, Orlando Pace, a mastermind in Mike Martz, and all he did was didn't mess it up. You dig what I'm saying? And then the second time he said the Super Bowl, he had Fitzgerald, he had a Hall of Fame receiver, a Hall of Fame running back in Edwin James. You see what I'm doing? So when you talk quarterback play, you know, you got a
Bolden
guy
was there too.
Terry Bradshaw had the same thing. So Troy,
my thing is though too about the 49ers, Jawan Jennings, man, he's underrated, and he was tearing them up. He was tearing them up, and that's why I'm with RC. Like Brandon Ayuk, he's not really X, guys. There's a whole bunch of X factors, and Jawan Jennings is another emerging X factor.
The issue the NFL gonna have though is having teams with 2 guys making that amount of money. That's gonna change here quickly. Right. It don't make sense.
You don't win. Most of the time, you don't win when you pay your big time receivers. Right. Anyway, they end up leaving after the contract or getting traded. You see that happen too many times. Right. What you about to say, Moso? No?
I was just gonna say, man, if I'm Jets fans, I wouldn't really worry about this. Once again, it's just the first week, but
it's just measuring stick.
At the same time, I was disappointed with them defensively. Defensively, they just looked horrible. You got ran on.
I think they were tired.
Brees was terrible, and
stepped on.
Run blocking was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
They looked tired because the offense wasn't helping them with the Brees fumble. They had come right back on the field after that fumble. They were getting gashed. I think them boys was just like, bro, we can't stop them because it's taking more than 1, 2 people to bring down Mason, taking 3 or 4 of us to try to stop this guy. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say something real fast. I think we seen. I was talking to Archie earlier, and of course I agree with him with this. We seen the side of Shanahan's playbook without Christian McCaffrey that makes them dangerous. Man, you got Kyle Juszczyk out here. I was telling RC this morning, like, damn, bro, they were using Juszczyk like that last year. Y'all probably would have won Super Bowl. Like
in the Super Bowl, man. Open that thing up.
He has
catching everything.
And he's so dependable on those all pros that in my opinion, it masked his playbook to where he can work. He probably gonna run 10, 12 plays and that should have worked alone. But he had to dig deep in the bag of tricks yesterday. And I said, you seen Juszczyk, you seen Jennings, you seen Brock Purdy got with about 7 or 8 people involved in the offense last night. That's great. That's great.
You know how hard it is to understand as a fan that you have everything you need. And it reminds me of Waterboy. You remember Waterboy? That was that guy, the coach that had all the plays? That is Kyle Shanahan. Like, dude, it's crazy, man.
Basketball equivalent, the Spurs. When it was Tony, like, who is the real star of this team? Because you have players like Boris Diaw just completely take over the game at any point or others.
But I will say this most, where I criticize the Browns organization for how they do things, I got to give my organization kudos to best a master class to be able to keep that group together and then bring in young talent and develop it. Because Mason gonna get a contract from somebody else. He's not gonna be with 49ers long. But I will say this though, with the Jets, their issue, they should have been on the phone with the Niners for Brandon Ayuk, because you put Brandon Ayuk with that guy and Wilson. You can't cover Wilson one-on-one. And I heard Peyton say this because I was watching that version of I love watching that version of the Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli, because I like to hear the football talk. But Peyton said he didn't like the Jets' demeanor after the game. He was like, "Why are y'all laughing?" It's like, what the hell is funny? Like, you just got mauled on national TV and you hugging. It's okay to give him 5 and go to the locker room, but he's like, what's so damn funny? And it hit me like, these players today, they get humiliated and won't swap jerseys. It's crazy.
Ooh, with it.
I think it's gonna change when Mike Will comes back. I think they're gonna open up a lot downfield and some other stuff for Garrett Wilson.
Go make a trade for Amari Cooper and get Amari Cooper out of Cleveland.
Right, that'd definitely be a game changer. They get Cooper too.
Devontae.
All right, let's move. Let's move on to our 2-man drill. All right, the Vikings beat the Giants 28-6. Daniel Jones in his preseason fashion throwing pick sixes.
Preseason.
I mean,
That's regular
he threw. I'm talking about he threw a pick six in the preseason. He's picking up where he left off. Did y'all know? He has thrown more pick sixes than touchdowns.
Who? As he signs his new contract?
Yeah, since he signed his new contract.
Wait, who?
Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not.
Did anybody else pick the Vikings other than me?
Hey,
I picked the Giants. I thought the defense would have made it closer than what it really was.
Look,
but
the
apparently
Giants,
it's.
hey, look, y'all
But-
see how Saquon Barkley was playing? You reap what you sow.
Yeah, you paying the wrong guy. You paid Daniel Jones.
But
Look, you paid a Daniel Jones when you literally can find another Daniel Jones.
I don't think Daniel Jones is the problem. I think Daniel Jones is like Sam. I think Daniel Jones is like Sam Darnold. This is what I'm going to say. He playing terrible. But what do the Jets and the Giants have in common? At post Eli, they can't find It's hard playing quarterbacks in New York. Like Zach Wilson went through the same thing. Sam Darnold went through the same thing with the Jets.
Yeah.
What was his name that played from USC?
I feel like the Giants did this to themselves.
Matt Leinart?
It's New York. I think if you take Daniel Jones and put him with Shane Steichen or Kyle Shannon, you see what Kyle did with Sam Darnold? Have you seen Sam Darnold lately? Resurgence.
I don't disagree.
I don't know.
But with Daniel Jones, it might be too late because he might just form too many bad habits.
A Giants fan said
You thought that about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was pretty much.
Just because you get drafted to the NFL don't mean you're gonna be. I feel like just because you get drafted to the NFL don't mean you're gonna be a good quarterback. You're gonna be a backup somewhere. And I feel like Daniel Jones, he's just a backup, man.
He deserves the Baker Mayfield go around and try to reinvent yourself. I think he deserves that.
Sean McVay saved Baker Mayfield's career. He was done. He goes to the Rams. He plays in that offense. It rejuvenates his career. And because McVay is a good quarterback coach too. Jordan Love looks amazing with Matt LaFleur. It just takes that guy that coaches in Minnesota is a great coach. I think, have we seen a Belichick disciple do anything with quarterbacks and teams?
But sometimes quarterbacks, man, not everybody are made equal. I feel like Daniel Jones just don't have the mental capacity, mental fortitude to overcome. It's just some guys are just had that mental fortitude, like damn, might be on a bad team, but he just sloppy. Even in his dropbacks, in his precision,
So what happened?
Everything just sloppy. It's bad.
The year he played, he took them to the playoffs, and
he ran the ball a lot.
Okay, but this is the thing I'm trying to get you to understand. I agree with everything y'all saying about Daniel Jones, what he is now. But I do feel like with quarterbacks in the National Football League coming out of college, getting drafted to the worst team in the NFL, you do realize they need 5 offensive linemen. They need skilled players to throw to. The Giants they elected not to pay their best offensive weapon. Okay? Then on top of that, you bring in Malik Neighbors knowing damn well you got Devin Singletary as your starting running back. So their team's gonna make you, they're gonna, hey, throw the ball. We want Daniel Jones to beat us. Okay.
What I'm saying is, even though you get drafted to a bad organization, you see bad mechanics from Daniel Jones. That's one thing you can work on. Even though you're on a bad team,
but hold on, man. You can't change the fact that he's been the most sacked quarterback pretty much ever since he came to the league.
That don't change that don't change the mechanics of what you're doing as a quarterback.
Yeah, but that doesn't help.
You get sacked.
Just
because you get sacked don't mean that You
look, bro,
making bad decisions.
I got a
throwing
pretty-
pick
I
sixes
won't say this
to
to you.
guys that are nowhere in
If
position.
I got a beautiful shooting form and you keep moving the damn goal like this, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't
Nobody
gonna
ain't
matter.
moving the goal. The receivers are still there. He still got to throw it.
My point is, bro, that's the one position where everything damn near got to go right for you to be great.
Right.
Like prime example. Do you see how much different Jalen Hurts look without Shane Steichen? Do he look different than y'all? Anybody else?
But those are not traditional quarterbacks. That's why things got
he
always
was
right.
this close to winning the Super Bowl with Shane Steichen.
But he's not traditional. He's not a traditional drop back.
It shouldn't matter.
That's why it's different.
The style of play, it just matters if you win the game, in my opinion.
Well, I'm saying the style of play plays a big difference on how somebody can work with you and cater to.
I'm gonna say it in Ben's terms where Ben could better understand it. So we have to use people that Ben like. If Drew Brees stay his monkey ass in San Diego, he's not gonna be the Drew Brees that we saw in New Orleans. But your favorite coach, who's a damn good coach, Drew Brees and Sean Payton was a match made in heaven, would they not?
RC, I don't say this, but then Drew Brees always have good mechanics.
What the?
It's just like Trey Lance. It's just like Trey Lance situation. Your guy is working with Purdy the last pick, but Trey Lance, he didn't have good footwork and he had bad arm mechanics. You can't work with people who have bad, ability.
The reason why Trey Lance is not in San Francisco has nothing to do with bad arm mechanics. He could not.
I'm just saying the arm, how you direct the pocket and how you stand in there, it matters a lot. And Trey Lance, just his footwork was bad, and that's why he was making bad decisions, because when everything else is bad, everything else fall apart. That's why they corrected Josh Allen throwing motion, because it was more, he was dipping his shoulder, he was dipping his elbow too much, was causing inaccuracy. So Daniel Jones, but I'm saying, like, some of this stuff can be corrected, but if you're not correcting you first, if Daniel Jones not working on himself first, then how I expect him to be better if he's not working on himself?
I have a question.
He over there trying to get K Adams' number.
I have a random question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Eli Manning a sloppy quarterback?
He was fundamentally found.
Yeah, but we could all agree
his footwork.
But hold on, we could all agree that when he won his first Super Bowl, he was not a top 5 quarterback, right?
At all.
I think you don't have to be. Hold on. Wait a minute. Quarterback.
My whole point is that I think Daniel Jones need to get with a better system, and he needs a defense. It was like specifically him. He needs a defense.
Let me say something.
You can give an inexperienced driver a Ferrari, they still gonna crash that mud. Like, it don't matter what car, it don't matter what you put them in, they still gonna F it up.
I do want to say this. I'm in between. I agree with y'all saying, but I can't act like Daniel Jones never had talent around him. When you bring somebody in as a first round draft pick, you expect them to be able to come in and play, first and foremost. And with Daniel Jones, like I say, he went to Duke, David Cutcliffe, that's the closest thing to Eli Payton. And that's what won the Mara family over. Obviously, they dropped the ball with this. The kid needs to go somewhere else and play. It's not him in New York doesn't mix, and it probably would do him better if he had better, offensive coach. But my thing is, when you get damaged goods, you get them damaged. So, when you get Daniel Jones, you're gonna have a lot to fix because he's taking a lot of hits. And that's probably throwing off his psyche as far as him playing the position. Because look, if these quarterbacks in there taking all these hits, some can stand it, some can't. And a lot of them are pressured by. I mean, we can go back to Derek Carr's brother David. David was a great quarterback in Houston, but
that old line,
you getting sacked 70, 80 times a year.
So Ben,
it changes.
Hey, and another good example is Andrew Luck. He couldn't take it too much.
So
but Andrew Luck was a top 5 quarterback. It wasn't that.
But you know what? He could have played 5+ more years.
But we're not talking about getting. We're not talking about the injury aspect. We're talking about stand in the pocket and be able to deliver the football.
Let me add on to that because
but
I like where Moses is going with this. Because what Moses is saying, if you bring Andrew Luck and Daniel Jones and you compare them, they're both first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Luck came in, offensive line was garbage, defense was garbage, and he won 11 games. He won 11 games for 4 straight years. All right. And he did it with nothing. Daniel Jones, like I said, if you take a quarterback that high, I'm not saying he's supposed to be Andrew, but I wouldn't think Daniel Jones hasn't progressed. It's been a
that's what I'm saying. You supposed to, especially we drafting this high, we know we got problems, but you supposed to mask some of no problems, right? Till we get everything fixed. That's how it usually works.
But hold on,
that's every situation, every rookie quarterback that's drafted in the first round. The situation is not always perfect. They always have problems with that team, and they usually build around that guy.
Yeah, why do people need therapy after traumatic experiences? So if you're telling me in my rookie year or my year 2, I think Jamarcus Russell spoke to this. I was hit so much, I was expected to be hit. I was expecting to be hit.
But when he's not studying, when they give him a tape to go watch, and he said, "Yeah, I watched it." Then that's
okay, but listen,
else too.
He was not. Hold on, listen.
Come on now.
Listen, my point is, okay, the Ravens at that time was not a winning organization. You're not leading by example. You're not leading by example. It's just you're just paying for it. But this is my point. Hold on. If Randy Moss is in Oakland when he was there, the players that were there before, they unloaded those players before he got drafted. See, you gotta have certain things for the work. You drafted Robert Gallo because he ran fast, not because he could block. He can run, block, and pass.
See, you realize that every team that picking that high, the team is in disoriented. It's not perfect.
So you're making my point. If I'm going to an organization and I'm expecting to be a savior, but there is nothing around. That's the one position. Mm-hmm. That's why Trey Lance was in the perfect position, and he failed because teams. Go ahead.
Don't say, but I'm saying like this: most teams usually add on each year.
So you don't think that
you are there to help mask a good quarterback? So there that mask the O-line problem. Aaron Rodgers. One thing Aaron Rodgers did was he got the ball out quicker. They helped Aaron Rodgers by that. Yeah,
out of New York.
So you put him on the 49ers, you think he'll succeed?
Take Brock Purdy and put Brock Purdy in New York, and you will never hear from Brock Purdy again.
He'll play better than Dan Jones, just like Danny Vito did, just like Tyrod Taylor did.
Give me Daniel Jones. That's in cleanup duty. Give me Daniel Jones. I'm just trying to make a.
I'm just saying, if Danny DeVito, where did that guy come from? And he got there and played his heart out.
It's not that. He was
doing this. He had a little signature thing. And Daniel Jones, what Danny Downs doing? Danny Penny's throwing pick sixes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Danny DeVito can come in there and do something, then I expect Danny Jones to do the same thing.
I wanna kind of disagree with Flowers as far as like Andrew Luck. He coming into. I guess offensively he didn't really have nobody, but Andrew Luck had a hell of a
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne, but Andrew Luck had hell of a defense. Because if I'm correct,
it was okay.
It wasn't that. It was.
Yeah, but right. I mean, you still had Robert Mathis, the white friend. As far
as they didn't have the white. They didn't have the white. They had Robert for a little time.
Robert, you had
when the Colts went to the AFC Championship and played the Patriots, bro, our defensive line were dudes signed off the street. That didn't have nothing. Yep. I'm telling you, the front seven, the majority of the front seven were signed out. They were practice squad players. He drove practice squad players to the AFC Championship.
Yep.
Not everybody. That's what I'm saying. Look, with some of these teams, I get it that they come in a bad situation, but they are there. You are there to help mask some of this stuff while they rebuild around you. And that's on the organization if they don't rebuild around.
Did they really rebuild around Daniel?
Yeah, they got him the best running back in the draft. They fixed the O-line didn't become the O-line didn't become a problem until later in the years.
I just think the line expected more out of Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones to deliver what they wanted. That doesn't mean Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback.
Daniel Jones took this team to the playoffs he took a team to the playoffs, and the best receiver on the team was Slayton. Okay. So if I was telling y'all last night,
Saquon took the team to the playoffs.
Okay, but if I'm, he made the Pro Bowl that year, Ben. So let me ask you this:
you really mention a Pro Bowl when people don't even play in it. They sit out and they just give it to people.
Listen, they pay you off production. He got the big check off production. Okay, but I'm saying, listen. So if Daniel Jones took a team to the playoffs with no talent, with one running back, and I'm telling you in the chat, I'm saying Wilson and Breece Hall are the only two weapons. I'm at home on my couch. I know that. So when a defense plays against the Giants' offense, who are they scared of? Who are they? Saquon, even as a one player on that team by itself, all you do is stop Saquon. The offense is dead, done, over. My point is, we don't know how good Daniel Jones is.
Jones is supposed to do that.
He's supposed to do what?
It doesn't. All right, Drew Brees, for example.
It's not basketball, dude. You can't
say Drew Brees, for example. Name all the Pro Bowl receivers Drew Brees played with.
Dude, listen. The coach.
Man, how did they get open? How did Lance Moore get open? How did Wilder get open? How did Derrick Henderson get open?
You're arguing your point, but then here it is. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. You argue the point of Sean Payton being called a guru.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones do not have a guru in New York. I'm not defending his talent and his ability. I'm saying I'm watching quarterbacks rejuvenate and revive their careers because they going in the right door. They taking less money to go be on the right. Like Trey Lance is in the worst situation being behind Dak Prescott, right? But what Baker did and what Sam Darnold did, it saved their career, right? So what I'm saying is Daniel Jones in a different setting would probably look better because New York. One, is hard to play there. And
he have one less pick six in a different
The
system.
Giants haven't had a great number one, just great players since Odell was there. When they had Odell and Cruz together, I just think the Giants, to me, got a lot of work to do on the offensive side of the ball, and they need to get that disciple out of their Belichick. But I'm not arguing great quarterback. I'm just saying, give him a shot somewhere else. You gave Derek Carr in a better situation.
I agree with somebody giving Daniel Jones a shot except for holding the clipboard. That's the only shot he's getting now.
Well, all right. You don't like you kill him. You kill him.
I don't have nothing against Daniel Jones. I just watch it. I don't see nothing special. I just don't see it.
Cause he on a bad team, dude.
If he was on a good team, I still say the same thing.
I just think at the end of the day saying Daniel deserves an opportunity to prove himself outside of the Giants organization.
So you think Bryce Young? Hold on, watch this. You think Bryce Young is a bad quarterback?
From what I'm looking at, I wouldn't say he was a bad quarterback. I think that he just, I don't know. It's something wrong with the.
It's the team. The team. God damn, man.
Was a lot better last year.
You hung 47 on Daniel. Listen, y'all beat the Panthers so bad. At one point, I looked at the Panthers as if.
But hold on, then you all make make the argument about Alabama quarterback. So what you?
No, I ain't making that. No, that don't matter. That's not fair.
No, it does matter. I had the same argument with Alabama quarterback.
Do you think Bryce Young is a bad quarterback?
I didn't watch some more. I didn't watch some more of Bryce Young. To be honest, I can't tell year two. I mean, this is second new coach. So
you put Bryce Young with the Saints, y'all be all right, man.
That's what I said. I'm not calling.
You don't think Bryce Young?
When have I slandered? When have I slandered Bryce Young? When have I?
That's what I see saying.
Have I ever slandered Bryce Young?
Not yet.
It's on his list.
So you think CJ Stroud could go to New York and save them?
I mean,
everybody can't
put points. He been put points.
Everybody can't be a saint. Everybody can't do it, man.
He been put points. And I think CJ Stroud got the mental fortitude to weather the storm. I think Daniel Jones he lacked
so
that.
Did you know CJ Stroud, while at Ohio State, when he played against that Baltimore Ravens style defense, he didn't look good at all against Michigan at all. CJ Stroud was not
right.
It was Barrett that gave me problems. It was Braxton Miller. It was those. It was never this guy. I didn't see him being this. But this is the point I'm trying to make. He went to a Houston team who had a bunch of picks, who had a bunch of salary cap. He went to the perfect situation. If C.J. Stroud was in Cleveland, it would not be this way. You gotta have a quarterback.
He will be playing better than Deshaun. He'll been playing
No,
better.
you basing it off the success he had.
When a guy have more pick sixes than touchdowns, you can't tell me he's not playing better than that. What's worse than that? So, in that case, every NFL quarterback could be great.
I just told you only.
What's that guy that threw back-to-back pick sixes and Nathan Peterman? Great, Nathan Peterman can come in and lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl. He just got to be in the right system. That's it.
Nah, Ben, you doing it again.
Nah.
Ben Skip Bayless.
I'm just saying, he's
ego
a great
coming
Nathan
out.
Peterman. Even Chad Henne, you see Chad Henne, he was in the right place at the right time.
But look, most alone. The one quarterback, what he asking quarterbacks to do, he asking them to do what Russell Wilson did in Seattle. He asking them to do that. He don't even realize Russell in Seattle with no number one receiver in one beast mode is dragging his offense down the field and scoring touchdowns. And he's the most sacked quarterback every year. That's why you're looking at a dead body Russ right now, a lifeless Russ, because he left it in Seattle. You asking everybody to be the most sacked quarterback.
He was still making plays.
But you
didn't stop him from making plays.
I can tell that you are right with your quarterback just killing out there and lasting about 5 years.
No, that's your argument. That's all. I'm saying they making plays. I mean, they didn't stop Russell, but apparently they stopped.
They making plays.
He don't have the mental forward to.
They making plays, but it's a lot
to overcome. He don't have that dog in him. That's the problem.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? Andrew Luck is only 34 years old.
That's it, bro.
Don't make me remember this.
All right, we gotta move on. 2 men. We in 2-man drill. Patriots, they beat the Bengals 16-10. I mean,
I got that one wrong.
Bengals missing a lot. I got that one wrong too.
Shout out Jerry.
The Bears beat the Titans 24-17. Caleb Williams said he don't care about stats. He just care about paying his fingernails. So there you go. All right. Seahawks beat the Broncos 26-20. Bo Nix look like a rookie. That's what everybody been saying. Of course, he look like a rookie. I mean,
he needs some help. That's all. He gonna be all right.
No, yep.
We ain't got no run game, so shit. Keep
going. What happened to Javonte Williams, man? Where the fell off? Where did that fall off?
Hey, Bo Nix is not a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. Damn near 30.
All right, the Buccaneers beat the Commanders 37-20. Jaden Daniels, he did look like a rookie too, but they need Scary Terry. Right.
I thought his head rolled clean off his body on one play. He slid head.
Baker Mayfield put on a great performance. He said Mike 1-on-1. That's a cheat code.
Yeah, it is.
So, the Saints beat the Panthers 47-10. I mean,
they ain't playing nobody.
They pink y'all, man. Like, damn.
Hey, Ben, you ever seen the movie Beetlejuice?
No, I haven't.
You should see the original version, then go watch the one that's out. It's a thing where he sprayed a little dust on the people's head and their head shrink. That's exactly what y'all did to the Carolina Panthers. They all look this tall. I was like, man, so little. Like, can somebody tell me this?
I was surprised by that.
What in the world happened to the Panthers organization? Like,
their owner needs to go.
Yeah, David Tepper is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a female owner.
No, David Tepper is a bald-headed, short, fat guy, I think.
I can't believe this.
I was surprised we dog walked the Panthers.
They's a standard for the NFL.
Surprise, huh?
Because I didn't know how the offense gonna look.
47-10.
Anything gonna be 47-10 now. Nobody saw that.
I got 3.
He said Jace Horn. He said,
that's bad.
3 of them on y'all.
Talking shit about you.
Jason, yeah. All right, Chargers beat the Raiders 22-10. We got RC over there
Coach
Screaming
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh. He told us about Harbaugh. He said, "You ain't
Gave
gonna
him
let
his
him
credit
lose."
Monday morning. I gave him his credit. I said,
Yeah.
you got that.
You
Harbaugh gonna do the same thing.
the next
over
game,
there.
the next Charger game, make it the lock of the week.
Hey Ben, for
Who
most
they got?
boring game I saw this past weekend was the Charger Raiders game. I was asleep.
I watched the highlights.
Running the ball. Justin Herbert probably ain't throw 20 passes. If he did, I don't know.
I don't even think he threw for 150 yards.
Hey, you know why I was born? They won Harbaugh style. They really
Yes.
did. Just
J.K. Dobbins ain't looked that good since he been at Ohio State. That joker had.
I hope I can get him off waivers.
Yeah, I tried. I tried to put a bid in.
Who?
I'm like, man, let me get. I dropped
JK?
Justin Herbert.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I put in a bid for JK too, but I ain't gonna
You
get
won. You bottom.
What? Why you got?
Because I want him. I want insurance. That's why I do this thing.
Boy, you like Shaq where they're out buying all these damn companies up.
Oh, he Nick Saban. He Nick Saban. He got all the players on his team just in case he need them. He don't
Just in
plan on
case,
playing
you know what I'm
all
saying? Just like when CMC went down, the insurance. What Randy say? He said presidential debates done, boys. Election day is gonna be wild in USA. Apologies for bringing up politics, but the world's on pin needles.
Hey,
it been on like that, Randy.
Listen, Randy, how many beds you got in your house? You got 5 bedroom, 4 bedroom.
We coming.
We coming.
We're coming to Canada.
We coming. All right, let's
anthem now.
I forgot to show the college highlights of the week, but I guess I just post that online. What I was looking for? Let's do our player of the week. Oh no, I stud and dud. Hold up. Okay, all right. Let me get this down. We'll do our stud and dud. Where's the promo? Where is it? All right, stud and dud of the week. Who your stud, RC?
Who was my stud? I think it was it Josh Allen? I don't remember. Let me see.
It was Allen. It was Josh Allen.
Yeah, it was Josh Allen. He put on the show.
Cook in motion.
I know what plays coming.
In the pocket. Allen will run it himself. He pumps. Got some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
That boy got the swag. T Wrights. No, what's the Gatwood? Gatwood stood with Joe Mixon.
An automatic first down. Mixon, head of steam, running left, takes it in for a touchdown. Joe Mixon having a big day here on opening Sunday of the.
Man, why did the Bengals get rid of him?
Wait a minute. So Gatwood is a Houston fan or a Cleveland Brown fan?
He's a Washington fan, but now he's back with the Texans. He signed on.
He's a Washington fan.
He's a Texans fan. He used to be he's a Deshaun Watson fan.
Okay, Watson. Okay.
Yeah. Flowers, who your stud?
Tyreek break every chain heel.
20, it goes back first and 10 to it. Turned by Lowe. Armstead the block, and he's going deep. He's got Hill. Foot race. Driving. That is 6. Oh, he's a ghost. 80-yard touchdown.
RC, after this, do you still want to talk about Tyreek Hill, or you want to just save it?
Well, I mean, we can. I mean, whatever y'all want to do. I mean, I just feel like that. You know,
yeah, we can go about 5-10 minutes on it. Then we end the show. All right. Hold on. T. Wright stud was Derek Carr.
The top of your screen. They need 4 in the pocket. Carr going deep. Rashid, he's got him. Shaheed, he's into the end zone, and that's a Saints touchdown.
Still want to get rid of him, Ben?
He have his moments, don't he?
I mean, at the moment, they ain't gonna let me
Don't
down
that look
again.
good?
He gonna let me down. Watch this versus Dallas. Watch this. He gonna lay a duck. Nah, just playing. I don't know. I don't know what's expect from him, so I don't get my hopes up. All right. My stud was Saquon Barkley.
Hurts looking the other way. Lofts it. Barkley, end zone, makes the grab. Touchdown.
That's a bad boy.
Well, you bet your bottom dollar AJ Brown was pissed.
Yep.
Right. That should have been mine.
You know it.
Right.
Flowers, who your dud?
Deshaun Watson.
Watson tipped in the air, and that's intercepted by Kendricks. An easy one for this Dallas D as Eric.
Two of them that day.
Amari Cooper,
man. You playing like that?
RC, who your dud?
My dud was I don't know. I told you. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I had my
hold on. Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Damn right.
I got.
He looked like Cody Rhodes.
Burrow loses the ball. Burrow on the pump fake. Bengals were there.
I got one thing to say. I knew his season was done when he came out looking like Cody Rhodes. He don't look like Cody Rhodes. He look like his brother. Like
he look like
wait,
Gold
Dustin
Dust.
Rhodes? Gold Dust?
Oh dang, no.
He's great like Gold Dust. You and shit. That's another quarterback that got paid. He looking a little different since he got the money though.
Hey,
like cool.
Hey, before you keep going, Ben, I know that I'm gonna just throw this name out. If I had to choose a stud, but Jayden Reed for the Packers, man, that dude was ball.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was ball.
Oh yeah, Jayden Reed. I forgot about Jayden Reed.
We're gonna have to get you included into this stud and dud of the week.
Man, you gotta ask Skip Bayless first.
Don't worry about it.
So we had the whole cast in. They couldn't make it. So Kirk Cousins was.
And everyone in the building's thinking it's a pass from the Steeler 47. Cousins from a collapsing pocket throws an interception. Dante Jackson. In his Steelers debut inside the 20.
So Ben, you didn't hear the commentator say in a collapsing pocket. Pocket was right there. Kirk Cousins.
That mean he had to throw it. RC.
The healthy Cousins
in there that line.
Did he have to throw that?
Injured Cousins coming off of Achilles. He's trying to get rid of that damn thing.
that was my stud, Kirk Cousins. Gatwood's dud with Daniel Jones.
Pick it up quickly, and it's been really, really tough for the Giants offensively. Bunch formation to the right. Oh, wow!
Kinkle, touchdown! Wow!
That's what I'm talking about. He looked dead at the guy. He looked dead. He knew where he was going to.
SD.
He looked dead at the guy before he even snapped it.
You see what's Sam Darnold say when he with the Jets? I'm seeing ghosts. That's what he said. And, that's what he said. He said that he saw more people than he actually saw.
T. Wright dud was Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
And Young is throwing on first down. To the ground. Ruled an interception by Will Harris, who spins inside the 40-yard line. It looked like an overthrow.
He threw two passes like that. I don't know if he can see.
Hey, don't worry about it, Bryce Young. I'm free you on Madden.
Yep.
I don't think he can see. He threw two passes direct, just like that. Both of them got picked off. All right. So Tyreek Hill was arrested before the game. I just found out he ran a red light. I thought it was just for speeding. So he was speeding and ran a red light. And the cops pulled him over. And of course, there was a confrontation. I don't have the video. Sorry, guys, but they said the cops asked Tyreek Hill to roll the window down and all this type of junk. And he was like not really complying, but he was complying, but with an attitude. And the cops made him get him out the car and put him in handcuffs and lay him on the ground. So one of the cops was put on leave, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the situation with Tyreek Hill. Flowers, what did you think about the whole deal?
I'm probably gonna say something that people are not gonna like. Tyreek Hill was wrong. Go watch the footage, and I'm old enough and wise enough now to realize you gotta go look at stuff for yourself, instead of listening to things word of mouth. And if somebody's right, I'm gonna defend them. If somebody's wrong, I'm gonna call them out. I'm not trying to make this a black and white thing or nothing like that, but as a Black American, yes, we have to be careful with our approach, how we deal with law enforcement. But at the same time, we have to be respectful and courteous and mindful of the things that we do. Tyreek Hill ran a red light. As I was talking to RC off the record about that earlier, because he asked me, did I watch the video? I watched about 1 minute and 25 seconds of the video out of the 8 minutes, and that's all I needed to see. You're running a red light. Like I told RC earlier, there are 3 or 4 police officers behind you pulling you over. So if I'm a person that reads a situation and reading a room, that tells me that you did something. Okay. Long story short, because I don't want to dwell on this because we've been on here for 2 hours. Tyreek Hill, if he just complies, apologizes, show empathy for, and I said, Tyreek Hill is from Miami. He's from that area. I feel like Tyreek Hill de-escalates the situation by just, taking responsibility for running the red light, being honest with the officer, and just telling the officer, hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get to the game. Let's take care of this. Can y'all escort me to the game? Try to make light of the situation. Because if you're listening to the video, you hear the officers, they're up, they come at him angry. They say he ran a red light and he's speeding. Of course, the officers are going to have, animosity towards you. So I just feel like Tyreek could have handled the situation better instead of going back and forth with him. Then you're letting up your window. You got 10 windows. When cops start to fear for their safety, things escalate, or when they have a thought of having to maybe, fend for themselves, situation changes. So I just feel like Tyreek Hill did a lot of smack talk in the car, but he played victim when they pulled him out, so I just feel like in this situation, Tyreek, and he said it after the game, he wants to get to with Miami-Dade, resolve this, they work together. I hope that's I do hope that's the result, but man, we got to do better as far as just abiding by laws and order, over here in the United States, because we got to understand, law keeps balance. We can't have a bunch of bad people running around doing what they want. There's too many good people around here that are innocent and need protection. So I just think Tyreek just needs to, like I say, continue to apologize. I heard Drew Rosenhaus on Dan Lebatard this morning saying all the officers need to be fired. No, they don't. They're just trying to do their job. It's a hard job. If I see wrong, I'll call it, how I see it. But if Tyreek was in the wrong, he's in the wrong. The officers would, I understand nobody wants to see nobody get pulled out of a car, but it's like I told RC earlier, man, somebody got to clean shit off a toilet. So these jobs are hard, and these people want to go home to their families. So the easiest thing to do with police is comply, especially if you haven't done anything. Why give them a hard time? But I hope this blows over and Tyreek learns a lesson to just slow down, man. Slow down in your car and slow down in life, and everything will be fine.
All right, go ahead, RC.
Well, we always have history of some form that we can reach back to in for examples. And Henry Ruggs getting in a bad car accident and kills a woman, her dog, and you have Rasheed Rice get in the incident, and now this situation with Tyreek. The problem I have with it is the entitlement, the lack of personal safety, understanding your surroundings, understanding who you are and what position you are in. Money do change people. Celebrity do change people. Fame do change people. And I think after watching the video, I felt like he was very disrespectful. The Tyreek Hill that's at the podium after the game is not the Tyreek Hill that was in that car. And like Flowers said, once they pulled him out the car, now he all of a sudden became the victim. The problem with us is we can't address us. It's called fake outrage. You want to be mad and angry because we want to compare it to a situation that's not this. This is not George Floyd's situation. This is a totally different situation. Guys, we wouldn't even be here if he didn't run the red light or speeding. He would have been on his way to the game. He broke a law and then opened up the door for all the other stuff to follow. But I just feel like, going forward, like Flower said, as a community and as a group of people, we need to go research it, get an understanding for ourselves, and then come back and have a response instead of, here they go again, trying to kill a black man, do this, that, and the third. We have fault in some stuff as well. We got to clean us up. And the problem is we don't want to do that. We don't want to address that. And if you go look at it, and Tyreek, in closing, he has a long history of stuff he got going on. I say this all the time. Sometimes God boys sound like the voice. Some God boys sound like the voice of reason. You got kids everywhere. You're making all these kids with these different women. Your house caught on fire. You got all these different allegations and things that have happened to you in the past. You need to slow down. And so he ain't gonna never hear me, and I don't give a damn if you don't. I just hope it's somebody else that hears me. We all can take something from this. But yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on it. He needs to move around.
Also knowing you have any thoughts?
Yes, man. Slow down. It just my thing is piggybacking off what RC and Flower said. It's a way to do certain things. Look, a lot of people know if they were speeding.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see that light, it's not surprising. Like, okay, I need to pull over. All he had to do was pull over and license registration ready. Have his windows down. I didn't like the fact that he rolled his tinted windows up. Cause once again, you don't know what them cops probably knew who he was and they understood that. But once again, it's a safety thing. Like, you don't know what that individual is doing and they darts in the window. They might be thinking about pulling out or grab the weapon. You just don't know. And here's the thing. Even if the police is possibly violating your rights, man, you have the money to get a lawyer and take it to court. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I know that might sound kind of messed up. Like oh, you just sit there and take it. Man, at the end of the day, man, it just you want to live to see another day. You want to see your family you know what I'm saying? Just even if they was violating your rights, man, it's just you have the money to take the court.
So yeah. Y'all have some great points, especially Tyreek was breaking the law. If you know you're breaking the law, then why be upset? Own up to it, make it easy for yourself, and get out and with the ticket. You know what I'm saying? He probably feel like he's Tyreek Hill. They see the ID and say Tyreek Hill. Like, dang, they gonna just let me go. I think that was probably what he thinking. Like, man, I'm trying to get to the game. You know what I'm trying to head to. And they're like, no, we going through this. You get your ticket.
Too many people in this world they think because they're making a certain amount of money that's just I could do any crime, any illegal crime because I have this much money. Like, nah, you was in the wrong at this point. And it could have been simple. You just license registration. They probably also, if a motorcycle cop pulled you over, you probably go get a ticket anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it for real in that situation. So you could have this could have been done in 2 minutes top.
Right, they would got you out there. They would.
Here's your ticket, so you have a nice day. Slow down.
You got money to pay for the ticket. Just pay for it.
Exactly. Just pay for it.
And then, guys, you know what's something that's sad too? I remember being told by my mom always to comply and to make it home, to be safe and keep your tone of voice down, be smart and mindful and thoughtful. He had it was completely opposite of that. Don't beat on my window. It was just, and then you got people saying all this fake outrage. That's the problem I have with us is fake outrage, not us per se, the people that have fake outrage. What you gonna do? Are you gonna boycott it? Miami. What are you gonna do? Because we say this all the time. If you take the military and you take the police out of this country, it's gonna be a problem.
Right. You need order. And I just feel like I just wish people would just call it like they see it. If he was in the wrong, like he was in the wrong,
Yes.
and just leave it to be. Like my mom always did. Like I'll never forget. Like when I was growing up, she would ask me, "What did I do to make to escalate the situation? What did you do? What did you say?" Like I said this. Like, well, no wonder that happened.
Right.
Look, my thing is you in the league and you seen what happened with Henry Ruggs and what's going on with Rasheem Rice. You probably could hire somebody. You probably have enough money to have a personal driver.
I mean Jalen Carter. Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter. Like
Jalen Carter.
Me personally, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with driving at that moment.
Well, that's the thing.
I understand you trying to get to the game, but still.
That's his stomping grounds. He comfortable. He too comfortable.
I run this city. I pay for your salary, all that type of stuff. But it is what it is. And maybe they figure out and Tyreek Hill do a whole event with the cops, and try to smooth thing over. But
ain't gonna change anything. And then Drew Rosenhaus, I know you'll never hear this, but you had Warren Sapp, you got this guy, you had T.O., you ruined. Yeah. All you was an enabler. That's it. You just trying to get your money, man. You ain't care about
that's it. He don't care about right. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in with the show. I doubt we'll be back this week because of the hurricane, and I think the Bills and Dolphins play Thursday. So I don't know if y'all gonna be tuning in to that or whatever. But we probably be back next week. We'll keep y'all posted. And thank y'all for tuning in. We're out of here.
Hey man.
Peace out.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.